Fantastic.
Rip.
Great way to start.
No.
Fantastic. I'm gonna see what I can do. See if this thing will cheese ball.
I heard the audio for
There
it.
was audio for it playing, yeah. Let's see if this fucking works. I can make this work. I can make it work. Told you it was cool. This is gonna be cool. But whatever. Hi. The internet doesn't like me today.
Fancy.
It does look kind of fancy.
Oh, fancy.
OBS hates me. But hi, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hi.
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 That was fancy. It scared the bejesus out of me.
Yep. Hi, I'm Breaktime. This is D&D Galactic. I may or may have not just woke up. And we're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
This is not alcohol.
Absolutely
This
not.
is.
To die down here.
It's not alcohol.
Not alcohol.
Absolutely not. What we got?
Yo,
What we got?
do I have creepy little girl voice?
Have I-
could
did
actually
I-
do that. Hold on.
Probably
the
Oh
thing
could.
right?
no.
You
Am
probably.
I
What?
matching the theme?
It's a good theme. It's a good theme.
Comes in pints.
It comes in pints.
I'm gonna get one.
I'm a dwarf, right? That's a normal pint.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
So, hi, buddy. Wow, it's. I don't know. It feels
Good
like it's
morning.
been a really long time since we played last, even though it really hasn't been that long since we played last. It was probably the whole being sick thing.
That would do it.
It feels like it's been a few weeks.
Okay, the fancy reactive image is working as well, so that's
Yay!
freaking cool. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Good. We're starting. Things are sort of kind of working. I'll set this back up so that we see a cool.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
just-
pretty neat.
Oh.
It's creepy AF.
I love it.
It's pretty neat.
I love it so much.
I will be talking to you later about Canadian Tatsu, though.
Well, I think we can do better than that.
When Tatsu gets drunk.
Oh,
it just
no.
Hi,
lightning.
everybody.
So right, it's been a week since last time. Do we need to go? Well, you know, I didn't actually get much of a chance to talk to my friends before this got started because I was becoming aware and sentient again, and that doesn't all boot up at the same speed, at the same rate, even whatever.
Dog's working off a Commodore 64, so give him a second.
Man, you got me way out of date. I couldn't afford that shit. So I am actually going to go through the usual intros of everybody because I do want to ask you one, how the fuck y'all been doing? But this time I'm going to do it in alphabetical order of characters. So, well, man, Harambe, how you been, buddy? How you doing? Everything all good?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You know, just chilling. Had a nice weekend. Took Friday off. Went up to Fredericksburg and did some stuff. It's
Good.
exciting. I'm so proud
Very
of my
exciting.
future sister-in-law.
Uh-oh. That sounds like a story.
Yeah, it was her graduation at the University of Mary Washington. So
Nice! That is
Yeah.
nice.
She is super smart and super motivated. She graduated in 3 years.
Shit.
Ooh, nice.
That's pretty
Ouch.
good.
Yeah, and she's gonna do grad school and stuff. Like, I'm so proud of her.
That's
Very proud of her.
That's a shout out,
Awesome.
if ever there was one, into the internet. Congratulations. So good to hear you doing good. Who you playing tonight for all the people who have totally not watched an episode of this before in our audience?
I am playing Alden Goodbarrel, the former pirate captain rogue, and apparently
Fire.
very much alcoholic,
I think
as
you
we've seen in prior episodes.
I think you knew that the instant you made that character.
Oh, I absolutely knew. I just didn't want to admit it until it was right.
Until it had to be. Until there was
The
no
first
other
step
way.
is accepting that you have a problem.
Yes.
The second step is going down the rabbit hole with that problem.
How deep does it go?
And we're probably going to find
Well,
out in
3-4
real time
inches.
how
The
many
bottom
steps
of a
that
glass.
is.
Deep
Goes
enough
down
to
to the
destroy
bottom
a
of the glass.
bathroom, I tell you that.
That's going to be several things. But good. Good. I'm glad things are going good. Next, alphabetical order. Matt, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, and you're all going to die down here.
Ominous.
I asked
Which,
for
But,
that.
which AI is going to kill us? You or
One of
the
us
other
asked
one?
for that.
That's a great question. That is a fantastic dilemma that you find yourselves in. No, I'm doing good. I play Builder. I'm definitely just a normal Warforged. And, yep, I stab things. That's what I do.
Mm,
Just a
Nothing to
normal
see
word for
here.
it.
it's a
Totally.
normal word for it.
I'm a normal Warforged, like Fee is a good person. That's
Well, then I'm not worried anymore, am I?
They have stated it, so clearly it's true.
If they say it enough, we'll believe it, right?
Yeah,
And
because
you're
it's true.
absolutely a completely separate entity than the AI that's trying to kill them all right now. 100%.
of course not even related, probably.
Probably.
Totally.
Probably.
But
You might be
was
distant cousins.
was good week? All things good? All things happy?
Yes, all things good. Long week, tired,
Yeah,
much sleepiness.
I get that.
Only going to get crazier with kids' birthdays and zoo trips and end of schools and
Zoo
kids.
trips.
Birthdays.
Zoo trips are cool.
So much to do. So little time.
I understand that.
Never enough sleep.
Never enough sleep.
Never.
That's
That's
may
just
not be
being
feeling that
30.
right now. Alphabet, how do you work? Missouri, what's up? How you doing?
Alphabet, how do you work? I don't know. How do you? Yes, I don't know. I have no idea. I've been napping.
Me too.
I'm a
Yep.
sleep goblin. What I do is
Sleep
sleep.
goblin.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I
I'm a
really
sleep
thought you said Black
dragon.
Goblin for a minute.
I'm hoarding all the sleep.
That's fair.
You guys don't get any.
That
that's
explains
why.
a lot. That
I'm a
explains
sleep
my
dragon.
problem.
Yes, indeed. Definitely not your work. That's not your. But I've been good. It was a little chaos this week, but came together in the end. Also, it's Monday now, and I've never been so excited for Mondays as when you're running games. So, how could you possibly be bad on a Monday now?
But it's weird doing it on Mondays because I feel like this feels like the end of the week for me. Like
Yeah.
this feels like Fridays, even though it's not. I don't know. I'm just messing myself up even more because my whole schedule needs to be even more goofed up.
Yes, absolutely. I play Fiera. She's a very good person. No, she's a cleric. She worships a goddess. Who
that
has
makes
not
her a
yet
good
been
person,
named.
by
Yeah,
default.
that makes her a good person. Yeah, I mean, like, who could she possibly be worshiping?
I think you're already.
You should
I think you should probably not have those margaritas you made.
Yeah, no,
Plural?
she's plural. No, I just made one stout one, in a shiny metal container.
One stout one, which means make 3, dump them into one container, and then you have a stout one.
Well, after I put in the alcohol and the ice, there wasn't a lot of room for mixer. But,
Get rid of the ice. That's where you push it out.
Oh, ice. I thought she said eggs.
That's
what?
what you gotta drink.
You
the
keep
next
saying
day.
margarita.
Oh,
I don't think you
boy.
know what that word means.
it's a tequila sour shaken with eggs.
Real
Yum.
sour.
Just a bit snotty.
Anyway, Fee, good
I want to
person.
go, transitioning to that, speaking of sour, shit. It's
Have
the
a taste.
alphabet. Blame the alphabet and also Missouri.
Speaking of sour, that's how we're introducing me.
She did it.
Better than salty.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know. But how you
You're
been,
like
man?
a Sour
How's-
Patch Kid. You're sour, then you're sweet.
They said I could have one drink.
The thing
You
is
picked the one the size of your head.
that big.
Yep. Oh, I mean, might as well.
But how you
Is-
been?
Yeah, it's about the size of my head.
I mean,
Fantastic.
I know that you're doing good right now. We can see why. But How have you been?
No, I've been good all week. I got a new work schedule, so I'm good. I can spend more time with my wife, so that's always good.
That is a good thing.
That's what she tells me.
Wah, 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 wah.
Who are you playing for us today? Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I am playing Haran Stone Chipper, an excitable little man.
That's fair.
Emphasis on
Excitable.
little.
I mean, he's short and excitable. Yeah, no, that works.
There are
Kinda
varying
lots of men
degrees
like
of
that.
short in this adventuring party. How do I do this?
I don't know. How do you do
Speaking
this?
of excitable,
Fair.
Blood, how you doing?
I'm Bloodgear. I'll be playing Tatsumasa Kuroda, the Dragonborn Samurai, and I'm just realizing after seeing everybody else's guild registry is horribly balanced.
Fuck it. You got one job, son.
Make whole. Yeah, he's out here trying to restore lost honor, but that's a story for another time.
Well,
that's
it
true for
might
this
be a
time.
story happening real quick, depending on how things go. But I do actually want to take this moment because you mentioned it. In all my years of doing the Dungeons and the Dragons, either on this side of the GM slate or the other side of the GM slate, completely, utterly unbalanced characters are always the best. Characters that have no business functioning or working or like even like being in the same room as like the optimized people are always the best. Like to give, I mean, you know, like the entire concept of me creating the character of Raytog in the first place. So that was a joke designed to show my friend who is very into metagamey and like balance and stuff, how dumb, fantastic, and great one high score could be, and he had nothing else. Zero things. That was the story of Raytog. It was just like, watch me be dumb! And now that's the name I'm using both in DAG and on the internet, because that's the one that stuck around. He was gonna be a joke character with a bad Arnold voice. And now here we are. How
Now
many
it's
years
just
later?
you with a bad Arnold voice.
I thought it was supposed to be fantasy.
It's
What's
totally
up?
fantasy. Yeah,
What's a balanced character?
that's fantastic question.
One that doesn't run the entire gambit of point scores like mine does.
Oh,
I have a 19, and on the low end, I have a 10.
yeah,
Well-
that's about what I have.
Because I don't actually remember her scores, this probably is going to be a shit transition, but speaking of balanced characters, Wonderful Wife!
What?
I get so balanced.
Yup,
Oh,
Nailed that
Yep.
one.
yup, super balanced.
that's a 7.
That's a
Yeah.
7.
That's a seven.
Balanced.
Yeah.
But out of all the characters that the rest of you are afraid of, is it the one with the 7? A little bit? Probably.
I am not afraid. Of
But yeah,
the
you guys are
lovely
making
people.
friends.
No,
I
No,
offered to help
I
her
fear no
show them
one.
how dumb they were.
I'm afraid of the one who got me transported to a zombie.
It was an accident, and I was not expecting that to happen.
Oh yeah, accident my ass.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that to happen. Don't worry, I'm the rogue.
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
rogue. I can
Everything's
open doors.
fine.
It was an accident, too.
I am an expert in non-magical traps. Let's clear that air right now.
But apparently not an expert in opening up doors. Haran can do it better than you.
But I got
Tatsu
the
can
door
do it
open.
better than you because he just breaks through the wall next to the door.
That
They
doesn't count
never-
opening the door.
I will say that is a valid tactic. They never trap the wall next to the door.
I just need to Kool-Aid my way in through there.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
Unless there's a pit on the opposite side of that wall.
Usually
Now you're
more
giving me
wall, I
ideas.
find.
Giving me ideas. Wonderful Wife, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Feel much better compared to last week.
Me too.
Very good.
We had the sick.
Yeah, we did. Thankfully, it wasn't COVID though.
It
so,
was
yeah.
not.
It was everything else.
It felt like everything else.
But yeah, I play Yasana, the Reborn Warlock, and give me a few levels. Maybe I'll teach a few people to learn how to be afraid of me. I don't know. We'll see how this adventure goes.
That's why I love you.
What are levels?
That's a great question. And if y'all keep
Never
it
heard
up,
of such a thing.
I'll keep it up. We'll figure it out. So, if I remember correctly, you guys had made it to room 4
Almost
of
halfway
10.
there. Yeah.
Almost.
I don't even know if I'm going to keep this whole episode title thing, because shit honestly keeps happening that comes up with better episode titles for me.
Okay, here's what you obviously need to do. Is like title your episode, and then the YouTube video can have the real title.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because
So
then
it
we'll
can be
have a
like,
really good idea.
it'll be like the old Rocky and Bullwinkle things, like episode 6, this, or Alton goes to the bar.
Yes.
Fair.
'Cause then we'll know what you
Classic.
thought was gonna happen, and then what we made happen.
Yes. So, what y'all remember from last time?
We did not kill Haran.
That is
I
something
remember that as well.
that did occur.
There were a few close calls, like really close calls, but we did not actually kill Haran.
Like
Just-
half of our party also insisted on saying rude things about undead creatures
That
when
was a
one of
thing.
our party
Hey,
mates is
hey,
undead
hey,
and it's
hey,
rude
hey.
as shit,
It was
and
just
she
me.
is not happy. No, it wasn't.
And some of them may have found out that you have an undead party member from this conversation.
And we found some interesting things.
Oh yeah,
We did
some
find-
people actually picked up loot because they were paying
Yep.
attention.
Some people got loot.
I'll share the loot in exchange for a helping hand later down the line.
Haha, that's dirty.
Alright.
I
Let's cut
will
off a
pay
hand of one of
you.
those. You do with it what you want.
I will pay you tomorrow for a hamburger
For a
today.
hamburger today.
We'll give you a
Okay,
hand of
okay,
one of the
okay, okay,
zombies
okay.
we killed, and you do with it what you want. I'm not gonna judge you.
Oh,
Ooh,
so
like I never trusted
throw
you.
it- throw it like just casually down the hall and see what happens. See if a giant dog comes out of nowhere and eats it.
Hands in a
Well, at least-
hallway technique. I like it.
Giant dogs. Oh, that's my thing.
You like
Ideas.
dice. You like
Okay.
dice.
I like dice, don't you? Huh?
Alrighty. So, you guys went through the Haran death trap and had
Or we'll
moved.
call it in.
I mean, why not? It was room 3, and it was a trap of death that was very, very close to catching Haran.
It's called That's a Wrap.
That'd be funny. And you guys had made it into what was, we could say questionably, room 4, which seemed like more of a big cave
Resting
structure.
spot.
Right?
Cave structure more than a typical battle grid that you've been thrown at this whole time. Y'all made your way through, did manage to
Oh.
make through some of the tunnels, and you managed to pick a route, and it looked like you might have been caught up in a bit of a maze. But you found some footprints, and you kept going on with them. Further down until you got to this.
Oh.
It looked like there had been a cave-in of rocks. As I open up my notes now, finally, the part of things that I should have been reading. Yeah, so you guys are all in a tunnel. You're fairly sure it was like the right way that you wanted to go. Following a path of somebody that came before you. And see the trail going through onward under the rubble, as if this was a new development that happened after this person had passed through. And I also believe that one of you on watch did manage to pick out a little bit of somebody or something keeping an eye on you crazy kids. In the dark.
Is there a painting on the wall with, the shifty eyes?
I mean,
His big brother is watching.
there could be.
There are cameras watching us from the ceiling.
Can you point them out so I can flip them off?
There, and there.
All right, I flip all the cameras off.
Make a dexterity save.
Oh,
no.
no.
No, this
Oh,
was
this is about to be very
this is
scary.
the rocks fall, everyone dies.
Don't never piss off the homicidal AI. Haven't you played Portal?
I'm just saying, I don't know
actually,
that
no, I
flipping
haven't.
off the
No,
guild.
I don't know what that game is.
This is a triumph.
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
Ah, my friends.
You know what just occurred to me? Haran, you still got that bomb?
No.
Crap baskets. There
That-
goes
that's
that.
a
I
great
got
way to have a
real excited there.
Mm,
I'm not blowing up a cave.
So you're saying you still have the bomb, but you just don't want to use it yet?
I said I'm not blowing up a cave. I said also told you no.
Oh.
Do you have a shovel?
Builder's
me?
just
No.
gonna start picking up and moving rocks.
Okay.
Hatsu joins.
So the people who are doing the laborious work, go ahead and give
I will-
me athletics checks.
I
not
will
it.
also say that I am starting at the top because you had said in the last game that we
Mm.
could kind of see over it. So I'm
You
gonna
can
start
a
at
little.
the path of least resistance to try and carve out a place we can squeeze through.
Okay.
Is it athletic?
the pile.
Meanwhile, while they roll,
17.
can I
Okay.
ask a question?
Okay.
Fee is, a healer in some ways, not always. And there were some interesting glowing mushrooms behind them.
Yes. I even made a little note like, remember that there were mushrooms you wanted to check out.
JEEM?
I
Is
would
JEEM
like
here?
to look at the
JEEM?
mushroom.
Can we find the one goblin from, what are we like, 4 episodes from?
Yes.
Yes.
4 or 5, somewhere around there.
Something about there. Let me see how this would go here as I crack open character sheets. So that would be you rolling me a nature check.
Would it be nature, or perhaps because she's trying to see if they have healing properties, would it be medicine?
That is fair. That is fair, and I'll let you.
Nature or is it nurture?
So you will find out medicine things from this check.
Yes, that's entirely what she wants.
Yep. Okay. And that is a 14. All right. So bunch of checks going on. Here's how this goes. The melee folk are up in there hauling rocks. They're doing the hard labor and doing their things, and it seems to be going relatively well. It'll take a little bit of time, but it looks like if you guys keep doing what you're doing, you'll probably get the result that you want. So things are proceeding well. Fee, as you go and start investigating these glowing mushrooms that basically make up the bioluminescence that is the reason that those of you without dark vision can see. Mess around with this mushroom a bit, and you manage to discern that this is definitely something more akin to the stuff that would line the walls of caves in like Underdark areas, so something you'd be very familiar with, right up your alley. You do know that medicinally, This is the kind of mushroom that is not applicable for healing things. This very much might be the kind of mushroom that would be good for pranks. Not necessarily really mean, dangerous sort of pranks. Because,
like lazy Saturday
again,
pranks?
with medicine, you can kind of discern how potent that would be. Not really. Not dangerously, let's put it that way. But,
like throw on Dark Side of the Moon, kind of?
It'll do something. It'll definitely do something. But for the most part, not a nature check, but these are mostly useful for their bioluminescence, and that's it. Unless you just feel like getting weird.
Cool. With that in mind, she will harvest some. She'll pull her little sickle out.
Of course you will.
Carve some off the walls. Are you
So,
being born
damn
again?
it.
Are you a born again Warforged?
Here's Builder.
Something about TOS right now.
Wait, Todd. So the cameras that are watching us, are they flying around?
So,
Like mobile?
well, okay, so everyone else is making checks. If you're looking for that, give me I would actually ask for a perception check. I have your passive here. But give me a perception check. That's better than your passive. So, whatever it was that Builder saw was in the room previous after y'all had the rest to recover after that fight with the mummy creatures. So you're not exactly in the same room right now. You look up, and it's shadows and stone up there. Again, something that you would probably be fairly familiar with. You can tell it's definitely a sturdy tunnel where you're at now with your perception check. You also can tell there doesn't seem to be any more risk of further cave-ins, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But for what you are actually looking for, you don't see any lenses up there. With an 18 perception, I will remind you that what Builder caught as a player, he rolled 20-something, 20 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But with an 18, you do see like a little, almost like a pipe running up high close to the roof. Barely this wide. And you spend some time looking at it too, like, is there anything in it? Is there cameras? Is there like a slide for a camera to go down or something like that? And no. It just looks like a, not really, like a barely discernible little pipe or ledge or something.
Okay, cable line or ductwork?
More like the akin to the kind of pipe you'd find in like plumbing. So,
Okay.
Probably about this big. Barely enough that. Not just roll me a generic intelligence check. Just click on the word intelligence above the stat. That'll roll just intelligence checks instead of saving throws. Actually, that's a roll 20 thing for everyone to know. If I just tell you to roll a check based off a stat, you just click on the, well, there's that.
Time to take off an article of clothing.
That's not how this drinking game works.
Oh, okay.
How do we make it how that works?
So this actually really in line with Haran, actually. You don't pick up any of the intuitive things that you might from this kind of situation. You're just looking at like, I wonder what that runs for. I wonder what system that attaches to. I wonder what.
Let's so I say cable or ductwork.
It looks like a pipe.
Yeah. Well,
That
that's what I mean.
doesn't-
It could be cable. It could be ductwork. It could be water filtration system. It could be a whole lot of things.
It could be.
Does it sound like there's water inside of it?
I don't know. I'm not listening to it.
Yep. Good question. You're playing with mushrooms.
I am playing with mushrooms. In fact, anybody who looks over at Fee sees her like carefully carving them off the wall and like bundling them in together.
So you are taking them. Some.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Absolutely.
want you to write down in your inventory that you have taken, let's say, 2 doses of cave mushrooms.
Doses.
And then put a little smiley face
Micro
after it.
doses.
I'll know what it means.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
I
no.
had blue bioluminescent cave shrooms.
Perfect.
And then in
Perfect.
parentheses I put drugs.
Fair.
That's valid.
That is accurate. That's fine. Okay, so that's all going on. I guess the last 2 in the room. Alton, are you doing anything right now? You just kind of looking out. Yasana, same question.
Ladies first.
I'm mostly watching the 2 working on the rocks, and then until there's at least enough space to slip through, she's gonna poke her head through and see if she can see anything past them.
Okay.
Once there's
That's
enough
fair.
space.
So preemptively, I'll ask you to roll a perception check, and while you do that, I'm going to ask Alton. So what you doing, sir?
Okay.
Since I'm probably the smallest of the group, I'm pretty sure I could probably slip through a smaller space than the rest of them.
That's fair.
So I'm also watching to see
Oop, no, my
How-
bad, I'm sorry.
how much of a space I would need to be able to fit through it.
Kid.
Kind of scope things out.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you do the same thing. Give me a perception check, and then we'll see how this whole thing, this strange interlude goes.
As Fee sees them looking, she'll kind of call up to them. If you need any light up there, let me know.
All right.
I could use some light up here if you don't mind.
Oh my god, it's wonderful.
Here, have some drugs.
Fee makes that happen.
Okay. Dancing lights. So, between you, Builder, and Tatsu, you do manage to start clearing away enough rocks that the slighter of frame folk could use to start getting through. Looks like the cave-in is goes on a bit past the first line, so deep in is like you get all the way to your shoulder, pulling stuff back out, and there still looks like there's a little bit that needs done, but Alton or Isana could probably get up there and start hauling stuff out or pushing things through, because with both of you, with a 19 and a 20 for perception checks, you can see they almost cleared the whole thing. There's light coming through the rocks. There's one little layer of rocks left over. If you could probably just push through and make it.
Okay.
So what do you do? Who goes in? Who does what?
You're welcome to try, but I can't ensure that you won't be crushed.
Shove the halfling through.
I'm gonna wait.
I will go through
Alrighty.
the hole that is made.
Do you
So
want me to yank you back if you get stuck?
Yeah, let's.
I might pull your leg off.
So obviously, I think I have rope. Hang on. We can just tie a
what do
safety
you
rope
need
around
that
me.
stupid fucking rope for anyway?
You and your stupid fucking rule.
I do have a nice rope.
Boondock Saints and D&D.
So, I have to look at something. Hang on. Because I have silk rope, but that's my fancy rope.
Oh, not the fancy rope. Anything but the fancy rope.
Oh, yep. Nope. I have 50 feet of hempen rope. Alright.
Smoke it.
So, I tie the rope around my waist. and say, if I somehow get stuck, try and pull me back without killing me.
No promises.
You know, that's fair, Builder. That's fair.
I knew it would go this way.
Don't worry, we won't let you die.
I'd hope
You
not.
might not be very
And
comfortable,
we
though.
swear if you do, we won't laugh too loud.
Such a medicine cleric.
I will sing you the best of funerary songs.
I'd rather you brought me back somehow, or, you know, not have me die at all, but I'll take what I can get, I guess.
I
Yeah.
started with that.
I think you're setting your expectations a little too high.
Sir, she's
I
a good
miss my pirate
person.
crew.
I'm collecting medicine as we speak. She's like still bundling mushrooms.
Can I?
Totally medicine.
I don't.
That's totally a
don't
type
totally-
of medicine.
I don't trust that. But all right, I'm not gonna insight check that. I'm just gonna say, all right. I'm not gonna read too much into that. I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
trust
say
it.
it was for you. I just said that it was medicine.
It's definitely medicine.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks fine.
Big old mouth full of medicine.
We're gonna.
All
Okay,
medicine,
okay.
all the good medicine glows a certain color. It's probably for mana potions because it's blue. That's how it
Indeed.
works.
That's how it works.
All good medicine makes the walls melt.
So
And only you can see
What?
them melting.
So what check do I need to make to crawl through the hole?
Seduction.
All right.
Good night, everybody. Oh shit!
Oh wow.
Sorry.
I have no. This is barely contained nonsense. Anyways, so you're gonna crawl in the hole and try and push through to the other side. So I would say that's probably going to be the same thing as what Tatsu and Builder were doing. So athletics, because in this situation, dexterity is not going to get you anywhere. Survey says, ooh.
Strength is not getting me anywhere either.
So you go through there, and you make it
No.
to the other side, getting like right up to the other end of the rock wall. You can see through. Like there is definitely another. This tunnel continues on the other side. You can see it like very clearly. You can see same kind of rock, same sort of tunnel, and it like bends off to the side around a corner. You can get all the details from being up there, but there's this one big fucking rock in the way, and you're like, all right, here we go.
Sorry.
Nothing. It's all good. But you push and nothing. You can make another attempt.
Can I put my
What?
foot on his backside to push him through and aid him with a strength check?
He's like, if you wanted to reach into this like crawl space that you've made and like go and even like touch him, you'd have to put like your shoulder all the way against the hole to get there. He's pretty far in.
I will take another attempt.
See what you get.
Yeah. Athletics again.
Yes. That is
There you
better.
go.
So, the first time you push, and then nothing. You're like, all right, fuck this. You get into it, and you're like, all right, I gotta prove myself to my friends. Let's go. And you push, and there is a moment where your stomach drops out as you feel everything around you shift a little bit. And there's this whole moment where this all might just be coming down on your head. But no, you managed to shift the bottom end of the passage in a way that you didn't push the rock forward so much as you actually wound up removing the stuff from underneath it because you were pushing low. And this boulder rolls away from you in front, leaving a clear and open passage, if a little cramped for the larger members of the party.
Is height larger or width larger or both?
Height, everybody gotta everybody is gonna have to like belly crawl through it. Width, like Tatsu's probably gonna have to push his weapons in front of him, kind of width.
Gotcha.
You remember that bit with Lance Hendrickson in Aliens when he's got to belly crawl through the tunnel? That's what it's going to be for some of the larger folk.
They only come out at night.
Mostly.
Alright.
So, you made it out to the other side.
Yes.
What y'all doing?
Roll initiative.
Well,
Foolish
first
rogue, you scouted ahead.
Sapphire.
I am going to look around and see what I see. Is it more of the same cave that we've been seeing?
Right now, yes. Just more of the same cave. It doesn't look like this was actually intended to be one of the trials as is. It looks like there was literally just a cave in, and this is one of those in-between spaces impeding your process.
Alright.
You do, with the perception check that you did before, you do actually still see the same tracks that you've been following continuing on after it clears the debris section. So, if you were on the right path before because of these tracks, this is also still the right path.
Excellent. Do I see any of those mushrooms?
Yeah, I mean, it's still lit in here by them.
I'm gonna go ahead and investigate those mushrooms while everyone else is making their way through, because I'm just a little bit suspicious now.
Nobody's made their way through. We're waiting
Nobody's
on
made
you,
their way through
motherfucker.
yet.
Yeah, we're waiting on you to report, man.
Oh,
You're over there.
I cleared the way. I cleared the way, guys.
And instead,
We're
you
all
eat the
good.
mushroom.
It's just drugs instantly.
He doesn't have a problem, though.
Rogue and being inebriated in various ways. That's a D&D staple. It seems to have continued into the far future. All right, so he reports clear while he's doing that. While they're doing stuff, Alton, roll me a damn medicine check, or no, better yet, nature check. Go for it. So what's everyone else doing while he's doing that?
Waiting on him.
Okay. Fee walks to
There's
like
also a
climbs up a
rope
little
too
bit.
that he had tied around.
You could just pull up him. Did he tie?
Pull him
He's tied
back.
around him, isn't he? Isn't he?
Yes.
Yep.
Pull him
so-
back.
Before I start investigating, I just
Oh, now-
I just get the rope from around me.
Now you do.
Uh-huh. And then I start pulling it back to me.
Oh, okay. So either he made it through and he's pulling his own rope, or something grabbed the end of the fishing line.
It's going a little slow to be something else besides me. I'm sure.
We don't know.
You can hear
I'm
him.
gonna
It's not
pull
the
it
thing.
back.
Something took the bait.
Yank.
Oh, straight checks.
Flies into the wall.
Bonk.
It's me, guys. I'm pulling the rope.
I'm not even making people check that. That just happened. It just like that happened that way.
I'm feeling some resistance on the other end. Should I pull harder?
No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You all
do it.
clearly hear no.
Let's keep on this with this bit.
Can you see anything
Let's
up
send-
there, Builder?
Let's send another person over.
Can I see anything?
Yeah, if you look through, you can just see it is. It's clear. The passage is clear. It's tight. It would be considered very challenging to get through for like you and Tatsu as the larger members of the group, but everyone else could probably make it through reasonably easy.
I'll go last. Everybody else wants to make their way through.
I'll go next.
All right. In such a case, the only people who will need to make checks to make it through that at all will be Builder and Tatsu. So everyone else is at least slight enough of frame. It's cramped, and it's definitely rough to. It's not like smooth or like easy, and some of the rocks are like moving underneath you a little bit. But you can make it through easily enough with nothing preventing it because you guys made this.
Is it obvious? So as she gets up there to like kind of move her lights around, assuming this happens quickly enough, or that she could continue to produce light, can she tell that this is not necessarily a space where they should be? As in, the cave-in was maybe not intentional.
Part of the test. You can.
No, the cave was natural.
When you, Haran did mention that it was natural, and when you go to get up to the dugout portion, if you look at the roll 20s here, this area where the rock is kind of cut off, you can actually like look up and see where it came from the ceiling, and it does look rough, like it was broken off, and you don't see anything you might normally associate with a again. Of Nixus, where you would see some like deliberate cave-in thing, like you'd see like scorch marks from a charge pack that might have been used to like make a controlled explosion and make things cave in. You're used to seeing what telltale signs of such things would be, and they are not here. This isn't really your area of expertise, but it looks pretty like, well, shit, this just happened.
Sure. Hey, Sky Lady. Is this part of our test too? She's just speaking up at the speakers to see if anything happens.
As my sound files are completely pre-produced, there is no response. It seems that she's only going to respond in certain situations or when certain checkpoints are made.
Or does the speaker turn on and then off with just dead air?
Nope. There's nothing.
Nothing. You're just dead silence. Oh.
She's not responding to your texts.
Oof.
It's not you, it's her.
Fine. If nobody wants to talk to me, I guess I'll sing. Okay. Well then, she'll just kind of pout about having to do stuff.
Make it through.
Arano's going to move through, but try and pull some of the stable rocks, the less stable rocks away to try and give a better, easier time for everyone else.
Okay. So shoring up rocks, and instead of like actually just moving stuff, you can probably do that with instead of using athletics, you could probably get away with either a nature check or a survival check. Just making it easier on the ones after you. Whichever is better for you. Not bad, not bad. So on the way through, as a dwarf, makes the tunnel more manageable. It's still not going to be the easiest for them to do, but it's definitely going to be easier than it was.
Speaking of nature checks.
Speaking of nature checks. Buddy, you found medium-grade hallucinogens there.
He doesn't know what they are.
Oh, he rolled a nature check.
Oh.
He rolled a nature check, and this is very much the outlaw sort of like, oh, this shit.
Well.
If you found, if you wanted to, like, sell some of this stuff, you might make 5 gold. Like, if you found the right back alley.
And I do know how to find that. So,
You do, as your background.
Who are we kidding? Alton is the right back alley.
Don't sample your wares.
Okay, so at this point, I believe everyone is through except for Builder and Tatsu, right?
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
As soon as I get through,
Uh,
can I roll perception and look for possible traps?
Absolutely.
Or more of those footsteps on
If
the
you
ground?
want to look for that, that would not be perception. That would be investigation. Yep.
Okay.
Didn't I already see the footprints? Like from
You
earlier?
saw that the footprints were there. That
Okay.
much.
You didn't
This
report
would
them to us
be
either.
more stuff than that.
Okay.
Is it? Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Man, that dice bounced around. It was going to be a
No.
12. It was going to be an 18 or a 20 or a 2.
Or 2.
Or 2.
Uh,
Physical exertion is not Yasana's high point. And this is not your favorite environment either. So, looking around as best you can, you do manage to, because it's just very clear, that the traps, or not traps, but the tracks, excuse me, are leading in the direction that Alden pointed out. So you might be on the right path, but as far as like tripwires or cameras or anything else in the area, as far as you can tell, this is just another damn cave.
Can I take some of those magic mushrooms?
Yep.
That glow.
Yes, you can.
so there's no... The walls are the same as they were on the other side?
Yep.
No writing, no images?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Nothing that would be of your interest. This is just a cave.
Okay.
So, Builder and Tatsu. It's gonna be fun.
Could we try as Three Stooges this and go at the same time? Tatsu takes off his weapons, puts them in front of him, and starts to military crawl through a surely unstable hole.
How could this go wrong?
What could go wrong?
I would say in this kind of situation, you would either be able to use a survival or athletics. Probably athletics would be your best choice.
Oh
of
yeah,
soldier.
by far.
Important question. As a dragonborn, so a
Mhm.
dragon-esque humanoid, wouldn't this crawling be easier for him
Nope.
since he has that?
Nope, not even a little.
Thanks for trying, though.
Not even a little.
All right, here we go.
Oh!
Oh no!
You hear,
Oh.
Builder, you hear exactly that sound. And then there's a point where there's
Man, I
like,
shared that picture at the right fucking time.
oh no, what did I miss?
You like it.
It was behind my character sheet, and I just moved it out of the way.
I don't know if this is gonna pick up.
No!
They sell candles for this.
Oh, you guys suck.
So,
I
Tatsu,
tried to make it easier.
I should say, Builder, you do hear, oh no! And
What's the matter?
as you're pushing forward, you're specifically the shoulder plates that are covering the top part of your armor. You get one, and it kind of gets caught on a rock, but you're like, all right, that's happened like 3 times. You kind of shift around and try and get around it. The other one gets caught. You're kind of stuck. You're, I want to say, 2/3 of the way through. You're actually closer to the other end than you are to Builder's side. Like, your weapons that you were pushing in front of you are like easily retrievable by the rest of the party at this
Well,
point.
at least the weapons will survive.
I'm gonna climb up and try and help him
Okay.
stabilize the rock fall and pull him as best I can through.
So pulling him through, unfortunately, is going to be an athletics check.
Well,
Yep.
can I stabilize the? I'm gonna try and stabilize the
Everything's
rocks
plenty
first.
stable around him. That's the problem. They won't
There's
move.
only 4 of them.
About that explosion.
About that bomb you don't have.
No.
I
Is
told
that-
you we should have kept the friggin'
So-
bomb.
So there's this moment where Tatsu, you have this growing dread of like, oh god, this is what they all talked about.
Wait, have you ever seen as above, so below?
Oh no.
Like when
Unfortunately,
he's trying to
I
get
have.
over all the skulls and he gets stuck. Oh shit!
But there's this moment where Haran pops up in front of you, and you guys have this like that moment from Predator, like you son of a bitch, and you like grab hands, and Haran is a dwarf. He's kind of on the beefy side, and it's not just him; it's you two. You guys pulling together at just the right way. Pops your shoulder plate from around the thing that was stopping it, and he helps you right through.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Happy to help.
Builder, you are alone on the other side.
Tetsu leans down. Your turn, robot. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah, that.
Now that I'm alone on the other side,
You initiate the cave in?
later,
No,
bitches. I will. Builder will flip around on their back,
Okay.
and he's going to kind of pull himself using the top of the ceiling because, in theory, it's less loose and more solid and should be able to provide better leverage.
Okay.
So that's how he's gonna try and crawl through.
Okay. Same thing from you. Athletics check.
Oh yeah, he
And
gets
that-
a 12.
And yeah. And that will actually do it. The method you planned on. Not 100% if it was going to work or not, but the loose, like smaller rocks under you just kind of slide past like gravel, and you don't give a shit. You're made of metal
I'm
endoskeleton. Metal endoskeleton. But yeah, you come right out the other side, upside down, sort of weird looking, but it works.
Not gonna lie, I was half expecting him to play the transforming sound and just like slide through as a tiny car.
Now he's gonna
Oh,
find that
it's
sound
gonna be
file.
I haven't unlocked that yet, unfortunately.
Builder, roll
When
out.
when I come out of the other side, though, can like my upper torso like spin around like a full 180, all
Yep.
creepy and like
yeah.
unfold? Like, yeah, that's what I want.
Absolutely. You'd like come
Her
out of
all-
the
just-
thing like
just
General
give her-
Grievous.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
just give her on like a week. We can get that function.
El
I
Kenobi.
used to have rocket boots that would have helped, but we're not there yet.
Hello there.
We also used to have a bomb that would have helped, but not anymore.
The
Would you
bomb
get-
the bomb would have cost a cave in. Do you not get that?
Nah.
The bomb is also impounded.
The bomb is not impounded. Haran looks shifty eyed.
Tatsu looks
Can I-
at him and is like, "You did
I'm
not
gonna
give it to
in-
the proper authority."
I'm going to insight check and see if Haran actually got rid of the
Roll
bomb.
your insight check.
Because I just have a feeling.
I don't know. He totally got rid of the bomb.
Whatever he says, you trust Haran with your life. Whatever he says is the truth.
I'm just a little bit
That's
sad.
no.
Just a little bit sad he doesn't have the bomb then. I'm just saying, you could have tinkered with it to make it a small controlled explosion that could easily clear the cave in without causing
How
another
much?
one.
How much do you know actually about explosives?
Enough to know that they're dangerous would not.
Enough to get us killed.
Yes, exactly. Enough to get us killed.
Quick
Leave the
question,
explosions to people who know what the hell they're doing.
Yasana, yes.
Looking back at the little cave-in, can we tell like what caused it?
That's actually a pretty great question. So I'm going to
Rock
ask
lights.
you to make me, in this situation. Let me crack open a thing so I can see the various. Oh, here we go.
I don't like
Yay,
that question.
DM
It's a
screen.
good question. I don't like it. It makes me nervous.
DM screens. I like the DM screens. So you could probably roll me either. You know what? No, it should be straight investigation. That's the catch-all that would work best.
Oh, not bad.
Click.
Better. 14.
14. Looking up, you can see what looked like one specific gash along the roof of the cave. Something seemed to hit on the roof with sufficient force to cause some kind of cave-in. It looks like it could have been anything from size-wise. Something that big would have to either be like a great sword sized or something of equivalent heft. Not something
Someone
little.
didn't tell the newbies not to swing
Hammer?
a great sword in a cave.
But there's like a gash, like something like slashed into stone and it actually cut.
Ooh. Hmm.
What that is? Any other details about that? I mean, it probably was covered in the falling rock, if there were any more details to even be had.
And those footsteps, they were only coming into this direction, or were there any
They were
leaving?
going in the direction that you are, and they are the only tracks that you can find. Nothing seemed to have tried to come back this way.
So something might have been chasing whoever came this way, or the person who did come this way might have caused this to keep others from following or something.
Can I investigate the tracks?
Interesting.
You can go ahead and roll me investigation.
Builder, that was terrifying.
Also, I apologize for interrupting. Zona.
What did I do?
The twisting and the reorienting was like something out of a bad horror movie.
I've seen things out of a bad horror movie. Hopefully you don't ever have to.
I've seen my fair share, but I would tend to agree. Hopefully there is no more. Especially not in this cave. Perhaps we should move away from the loose rocks?
There's definitely something bad in this cave.
It's
Yeah,
us.
but what about other than us?
So Tatsu gathers his things and starts heading down the cavern hall.
Ahead of you is Alton looking at these tracks. And a 23 is pretty damn great investigation score. Just to investigate tracks. You find out just about as much as you possibly could by rangering what tracks look like. And you've had to do your fair share of survival out in wild space and just getting along without anyone to tell you what to do or anyone to help you find your way. So you have a little bit of a bead on how to do that. The tracks are of a spacing that it looks like someone was probably not walking, not full-blown sprinting either, but somewhere in between, trying to make a good pace. The prints are actually a bit smaller. They're not full. They're definitely from a small-sized creature akin to you, instead of, say, the rest of your party mates. Wearing shoes, so it wasn't like creature feet or anything like that. No toe marks or anything like that. Little bit of tread on them, so that you can tell it's okay, this is something that actually put on their shoes in the morning at least. And look to be just jogging in a fairly quick pace in this direction. And that's all you get out of it.
Alright. Whatever made these tracks was moving faster than a normal walk. Not a full sprint, but they were moving fairly quickly.
Running
Perhaps
from or
we
running
should
to?
too.
Well, going the way we're going, past this cave-in, so it may be a safe bet that whatever was going this way may have had a hand in the cave-in, potentially. Just, I can't be sure. I don't know what caused the cave-in, but something tells me they might have been running from something. I don't want to
Pick
assume.
one of the many things we faced yet far and choose that. There's plenty to run from here. We haven't had any trouble yet.
They could have just been going quickly too. It's a possibility we can't ignore. Well, we can keep following the tracks this way and see where they lead us. Be on our guard.
I assume you all keep
I
them
agree,
moving.
Yeah, let's move.
Okay. Yo, guys, continue on down this path, following the tracks. It feels like, as you're going, there's a slow but definitely steady, especially for those of you who have lived in caves for any portion of your lives. Can tell this path is going downward a little bit. It's one of those things that feels like you're just going straight even, but there's a little bit of a decline. You can feel it in the calves a little bit. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, at least it's not an incline.
It's the worst.
Downhill scoot.
It's the worst. But you continue down this passage, and as you start getting out of the rough-hewn area, it starts to become a little less like rock chunks and stuff out everywhere. It almost becomes a little more of a smooth passage. But as you go further on, the luminous mushrooms become a little bit less and a little bit less. It starts to become a bit darker, to the point where you're right on the edge between what would be considered full light and low light. It's not actually imposing mechanical penalties, but it's becoming darker for sure. And as you go through, you start to notice this stuff hanging around the edges of the tunnel, hanging down like moss, but it's not green moss or anything like that. It's a type of vine, a type of red vines
Oh no.
covering over the walls and stuff. And it's-
Delicious. I love those.
and it starts to get to the point where you're going to have to start either clearing it out to get through, as it starts to become tangled in front of you.
Tatsu takes out his sword and starts clearing the way.
Wait. Let's.
Wait.
Can I investigate or do a nature check on this to see if I?
Yep, you could either.
He recognizes this, right?
I mean, maybe. What does Fee think it is?
We talked about it last time. Did I take notes?
Is it?
Hold on.
Did you take notes?
Bloodvine? It's bloodvine. Bloodvine? It's a carnivorous vine. It will eat you.
So Fee says that, and Alton, as a result of her saying that, whatever check you would have rolled, you just passed because she just told you what it was.
That doesn't sound very good. Do we know if it's flammable?
All the more
Most
reason to
plants
kill
are.
it.
Does anybody have a flamethrower?
I have a breath weapon. Would electricity do anything?
Not on me.
If you give me a day, yeah.
Hi.
But, I didn't have a day.
I pull out it.
Would electricity help?
I try using my breath weapon on it.
It's a plant. Okay, you're just gonna try and blork your breath weapon. All right,
Yeah,
so
if it's dry enough, it'll catch.
we'll see what happens. Go ahead and roll your because it's just breath weapons don't actually roll to hit. So just roll your attack like you would normally roll, and it would be a save. So it's just gonna roll damage. So
I put my breath weapon.
should be in the middle with the rest of your attacks. So you're doing 8 lightning damage. So for the first time in all its glory that everyone can see, besides that one poor toilet.
Hey! That 2 toilets and an elf.
And a sweeper bot that really doesn't like you. You do Godzilla lightning breath down this hallway, and some of the vines do actually like take the hit. It's kind of hard to like, because this is almost the
Fucking
level of
swarm
like,
mechanics.
there's like loads of like interlaced. It's almost like if there were cobwebs covering the way in the level of density. So it's hard for you to miss, really. But there's just a lot. So some of it does definitely burn away with, that's 8 lightning. Yeah, 8 lightning damage. So there's a little bit more of a clear path to get through.
Alton pulls out a torch and lights it.
All right.
So if these things are somewhat flammable,
You have like a
at least-
Zippo, a space Zippo.
Yeah,
Space.
casually lights it with a space Zippo. Speaking of
Zippo.
Zippos, I have one right
I
here.
figured. Every good pirate has to have one.
Yes. So he starts to try and light some of these blood vines and catch them so that the fire spreads.
Okay.
Does Fee know if burning them would emit toxic fumes?
Too
So
late.
it's fine. It's fine. So you haven't dealt with bloodvines a lot, and there's this moment where you think about that question and go, "Oh shit, what do I smell?" And then it clicks that, oh, it's just the ozone from lightning going off like a foot away from you, and it's
Yeah,
not
don't inhale
toxic
that too
fumes.
much.
But you have a scare for a moment, like, well, shit. Okay, no, we're good.
Everything's fine.
So no, they do not emit toxic fumes. And as Alton waves his torch through, you actually see when it catches, the vines don't make a noise so much, but they start to like fold back and like shudder almost, like more against the wall.
That seems to be working.
I'm concerned that whatever's creating these things is probably going to be pissed.
I mean,
Let's
I-
light
I
you
don't
on
think-
fire, see how you feel.
I don't think the plants will be too upset.
I don't know. There could be some kind of crazy sentient plant at the end of these things that's really getting pissed off and angry and just all kinds of unhappy that I'm torching its babies. I'm just saying. I'm a little paranoid about these things.
Oh, it already started now. It's too late to stop. We might as well save the rest of us. You can be the
Yeah.
sacrifice.
I'd rather not be the sacrifice, but also I'd like to get through
Snack-Rifice.
this.
I've already promised not to let you die.
So as it's eating him, he's gonna live a long life.
I didn't say that.
I
I said I wouldn't let
didn't
him
say
die.
that explicitly.
Can we
Like-
roll back to Snack-Rifice for a second?
Well, they are carnivorous.
Hang on, I'm gonna change the episode title now.
Ultimate sacrifice.
I'm 3'0". I wouldn't make the best Snack-Rifice. I'd make the worst one.
Well, we
Oh.
don't want to give it a meal fluff price. You get what I mean.
from the height of us, I don't think we'd even notice if you had Snack-Rifice.
I was gonna say maybe it's watching its weight.
We
Yeah.
want to
Maybe
give it a
a
full
light snack.
meal so the rest of us have more time to
Small
run.
snacks throughout the day is the best way to do it.
Your legs are so short, it's not like you'd get far anyway.
Those
Would
short
you like
legs.
me to carry you, sweet boy?
Those short legs, however, are clearing a path for you guys.
That
They are.
is
They are
sad.
actually folding away as he's moving forward.
I'm gonna remember this.
So what
When I bust
height
out
is
Jim.
this path clearing?
Say again.
What height is this path clearing?
Depends. How high are you holding your torch?
As high as I possibly can.
So 5
Great,
feet.
so 3 feet.
You're like 4 foot, right? Or are you
I'm
3
3 foot.
Okay, so
I'm
no,
3
4 foot, 4 foot tall. And there's another foot on there. So
Perhaps someone taller should hold the torch.
I'll grab it.
All right.
I take out my. I
Builder,
take out
I don't-
my blaster does fire damage. Would that?
you can. You want to go around shooting walls? It's fine.
I don't want to
Is
go
it
out
worth
and
using
shoot.
We
walls.
don't need to
ammo?
do that. I have more torches.
But yes,
Simple solution.
to
I have
answer
more
your
torches.
question, yes, that does do fire damage.
Builder is not made of flesh. I don't imagine these would harm him.
They'd probably crush him, but I don't think they could eat him.
For science.
For science. For science?
For science.
Let's see if it works or not.
Parad is walking behind Builder a couple feet back with a notepad now.
I'm just seeing if the plants are gonna attack him the same as they would a living.
Who all wants a
flesh.
torch to try and continue
Okay.
with this helping?
Okay. So, Builder, how exactly are you doing this? What's going on, man?
I'll walk through with the torch and try and burn them away with it as I can, and not really pay too much attention if they're trying to poison me or hit me or whatever.
Okay.
Eat you.
Because Fee has assured me that I shouldn't be fine.
You're not made of flesh. It should be fine.
All right. Well, in that case, let's see how.
Meanwhile,
you do.
in the security room of the guild of the Adventurers Guild, yeah, they just dug their way through that part we collapsed so people wouldn't go through, and we have completely lost them.
It's just like cabin in the woods. Like, what is happening here? We're so far off script. They all just look like me, staring at the control screens. Builder, I'm gonna have you roll me, because
God, what do we do?
you're not paying a whole bunch of attention. Roll me a survival check to see how it goes.
Ooh.
Quite well.
So, the answer to your question becomes apparent. You're waving it around, clearing it for everybody. Your height, clearing it all the way to the ceiling, so everybody has a clear path in front of you. So you're pretty sure that you're going to be the only one that would have to deal with any issues, and you're pretty confident in your ability to deal with said issues. There is one point over the crossing here where you are waving it this way, and there's a big chunk of vines this way, and some of them kind of lean down and like tap on your shoulder, like you're just gonna brush past them like it's a tree branch or something. But then the vine kind of like flexes, like it's one big muscle, and some of those vines get under like the shoulder plate a little bit and start like pushing forward, like it's gonna grab and hold, and you definitely feel a little bit of the pain feelings as it bites you. For you are receiving 5 necrotic damage. But after that, you manage to pull off, and it retreats after it has bitten you. There's a big chunky bite.
Oh no.
Are you still up?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Okay. But yeah. But you all see this, like, you see these vines try to eat the Warforged.
Don't touch the vines. They will inflict pain on you.
Oh,
This is
Builder,
what I
I'm
was
so
worried
sorry. I
about.
thought aren't you but metal? I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Why would you do this? Why? It's fine. Everything is fine.
As you chill us all to the bone with that look. Like,
Builder, this is what I was worried about. These plants bite back, and whatever's at the end of the plant of burning is going to kill us if we aren't careful. Everyone take a torch now.
You pass
Fair.
out sticks with
All
fire.
right. Fire sticks, passed about.
Okay.
I shoot my stick.
Builder has one. Sophie, Ron,
Okay.
Sana.
It's easy enough. There's been a.
As a note, I will say I am below my half point of hit points.
He doesn't look great.
Oh,
He doesn't
Oh,
look
we're
great.
we're gonna die.
But Builder wouldn't tell any of you that. He's not one to.
He's a proud robot.
I would
They are
say-
not one to complain.
Ironically, the cleric probably would have less of an idea of how well you're doing, as the artificer might be able to have a better idea that, oh, that's what damage looks like.
But
I don't know if I would trust him tinkering with me, just because of that tenting of the fingers.
You might see like sparks
Yeah.
coming out of places that shouldn't be.
No.
The roll of the
Builder,
shoulders, like, a little bit.
Builder, are you okay?
Relatively speaking, yes, I'm fine.
Relatively to what?
Just some
Yeah,
of you.
Is that your shoulder supposed to be doing that?
Is that
No.
pride or racism? I don't know.
As an automaton, I don't experience what you consider racism, but
Do you experience pride, though, is the question.
Clearly.
no.
Whoop.
But I am really good at what I do.
Oh.
For your information, Tiny Tinkerer, the arm is functioning suboptimally.
Somebody else can go in front.
Do you think I could fix it? How do you heal that? Can I? And Fee's just going to ponder her medicine and whether or not she can help him.
If we could take a small break before this next room, I can mend myself somewhat.
You got it.
Right.
Everyone
I
has
think
a
that's
torch.
fine. Let's maybe get away from these mines if we can manage it.
Yeah, let's make it through this at least. I'd rather not have any of you get attacked by them.
All
Oh,
right.
sweet.
I have to look something up.
Not sweet, more practical. You're better used to me alive than dead.
Only if we had taken some of that alcohol,
Certainly.
we could have created a makeshift fireball.
So, important
Oh,
I might
question.
still have some
Fireball
in
for a
me.
fireball.
See, the thing is, technically speaking, Builder is a construct. Is that correct?
Technically speaking, yep.
Or like
That's the
rule
politically correct
purposes?
term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help him.
You would have to try to find out. Fee actually wouldn't know.
That he's a construct. She just
No,
assumes
you
he's
wouldn't
metal.
know if your spells would or would not affect him. You've
Ah,
never attempted
okay.
to heal a Warforged before.
That's fair. That's fair.
You could always give it a shot just for funsies. That's Fee's call.
Well, once we get through here, we'll see.
Okay, fair enough.
Everyone
So,
has a torch. They're all lit, right?
everyone
Yeah,
has a torch, everyone is proceeding through, and with this many pieces of fire, it is easy enough to make it through without any more incidents. So, Builder's still in front.
Baby burn.
How are you?
Let's go Inferno.
You get to a point where the vines stop. There's like a big kind of like curtain of them at the end, and with as many of you that have fire as you do, it's easy enough to burn them away and move right past it. The rest of the tunnel, continuing forward, is more of the same dark stone as before. Looks like you're getting there. Still following the footprints. Is there anything in particular that you're doing up front, or is there a specific marching order, or is there anything you guys are doing in particular as you walk, or are you just walking?
As soon as we get to a
We're
safe
just
spot,
walking.
Builder would sit down and begin mending himself.
Okay.
Does he like have a little Inspector Gadget torch on his finger?
No, but he does pull out a small toolkit and begins to work on the arm a little bit,
I can help.
Can I take a look?
effectively rolling my hit dice.
Oish.
That'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'm full again.
Just
Damn.
turns one screwdriver like whoa.
I feel much. Oh wait, hold on.
I feel much better. We can continue whenever you'd like.
Builder, you feel.
So
Don't
while
tell
we're
anyone.
while we're taking this short little break, Alton is going to investigate and see if the tracks are the tracks still around us? Did we
There are a
follow
bit
them?
of tracks up, so here's how this is going to go. Roll me. You want to investigate, so go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Noise.
Oh,
Fantastic.
nice one.
Fantastic. So
Oh, you noticed the shit out of
you
Crow.
notice the shit out of those tracks. Beyond the fact that there are definitely no more blood vines around. You can see around and see all that. There are several things that you notice. One, it seems that the tracks that you are following seem to have increased in their speed. The space between steps is a little longer. It has moved from a jog to a sprint. You notice, looking around as you were anticipating cameras and things like that, you do notice that pipe that's running overhead again. Okay, with the nat 20, that gives you a total of 24. When you look up, there's a moment that you think there's something going on up in the shadows up there. There's a little blip of movement, but it's the kind of movement that doesn't necessarily lend itself to oh, there's a thing up there. It's more like the shadows that are up there moves a little bit wrong for half a second. But before anything can come of that thing, as you're like stepping forward to like look at it more, your foot feels a little like the pressure of what you are walking on feels a little off. And remembering your previous incidents with a trap room, very lightly, bless you, very lightly step backwards and look directly down in front of you. And in this rock area, there is a very, to you, probably not to anyone who wasn't looking for it, a very clear line in the stone that looks like it would be a like an opening, like a hinged floor, dead in the center.
And I can tell it's like an opening of some kind, not like
your "oh fuck, it's a trap" alarm has gone off as loud in your brain as it possibly can.
And trapdoor's
Okay.
fire.
Don't give him ideas.
All right.
Nah. Nah.
It's happened to me before in
Fighters.
another game. Just like, I wonder what this is.
So, Alton takes a second to figure out how to best say this. And he says, so a few things are going on here. First of which, the tracks seem to have picked up pace into a sprint from a jog. And I just found some sort of trap here. Presumably, you said it was a trapdoor, right?
Yep.
A trapdoor. Can I... What would be the best approach here? Disabling the trapdoor?
You can certainly attempt to disable it or activate it. Either way.
What happened last time you played with things?
If you were going to try to do that, that would be a check with your thieves' tools. Should work off
Aaron
dexterity.
is transported into another mummy room.
Ron goes nowhere near Alton.
Okay.
It's all the same trap.
So an 11. You start messing. Pull out your tools, your picks, and start feeling around the edges for where should be the trigger. Feel like trying to find where the pressure plate is and trying to disable it. Now, technically, how this is going to work out is you're aware of the trap. You technically failed this check by 1, so it does not go off as the trap layer intended it to go off. So what happens is this. Everybody is watching Alton down here. He's got his tools out and he's going to work on it and like feeling for pressure plates and shit. And there's a little thing like, oh, he thinks he found something. And you can tell in the shift of like weight to put things this way. And then he ends up technically deactivating the trap, but in doing so, letting people see what was under it. And it is a trap that seems to have been used before.
The footprints go right into it.
The footprints seem to continue on afterwards. But that is what you see.
That's good soup.
I don't think that's soup. That doesn't look very edible.
DM,
Yes.
I would like to go up and with a glass jar see if the glass melts.
Say, do we have a filter? You
From a
have
glass
glass jars.
speaker, does the glass melt in the acid?
Technically, the stuff that you have is treated because there are such things as acid flasks.
Mm-hmm.
So yours does not, actually.
Fantastic. I'm going to take a sample of this acid.
You now have an acid flask
Fantastic.
as the item.
More
Actually,
of
I'm actually going to drag and drop that into your inventory because it's an actual
Cool.
item. So I can actually do that for you.
Just so we're clear, I did disable the trap, but
Yes,
only
it
barely.
opened in front of
Still
you.
acid.
It's still acid.
You activated the trap.
It is not. It's not going to be real easy for someone to fall into it. It's just a pit with acid that is no longer covered anymore. So technically, you deactivated the trap and also revealed it at the same time.
Okay.
Acid flask. Yay! Roll 20. Where is it? Oh, there. Splash. I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
Watch your fingers.
I'm okay.
So the
How much
troll is
space is on either side of the thing for as far as getting around this pit
Couple of
acid?
feet. It's not like you have to like hug the wall or anything. You can
Sure.
relatively easily step around. And
Okay.
now that you know it's there, and acid. There you go. That's the bottom of your sheet. Cool.
Do we see any other, or can I look for other traps just past it?
You can certainly check. Give me investigation checks. That ain't bad. The way this is laid out, it looks like there's a very good chance that this might be the only one.
Okay. I don't see anything further. I think it'd be safe to move carefully around the pit.
Saw something strange that I couldn't quite make it out above.
Where?
Somewhere towards the, I guess, the ceiling of the cave.
You mean the tube?
There was something moving, but I couldn't
Oh.
quite see what it was.
Well, I can take care of that. And just, very casually, she says, the goddess light shines upon us. And, just places some lights up along the pipe.
Mm-hmm.
lights.
Okay. So you send the lights upwards,
Yes.
in illuminating the shadows that are up there. And you all can clearly see there seems to be some kind of water piping running straight along the cave that you're going. And as it is illuminated, there doesn't appear to be anything up there. Now that there is no evidence of shadows to hide it or anything, you don't see nothing.
I'm not seeing anything. Then are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, it takes a little bit of effort, but I can keep some additional lights above us.
Better safe than sorry.
Seeing as we might be, well, obviously we're being watched by homicidal AI, among other things, I'm sure. Definitely better safe than sorry.
Round about the time the words homicidal AI are spoken.
And so,
Dang
course.
it.
Oh no.
What
here
room
we
is
go,
this for? Alright.
God, are you kidding?
The speaker's whine.
I think every good test worth my time requires an obligatory acid pit. This whole exercise would feel hollow otherwise. I hope at least one of you has specific phobias for the next test. No reason.
Was that
I
doubled for
missed-
anybody else?
Yeah, I missed all of that.
I'll play it again.
I think every good test worth my time requires an obligatory acid pit. This whole exercise would feel hollow otherwise. I hope at least one of you has specific phobias for the next test. No reason.
Well, that is coming through your
Speak.
microphone.
Yeah.
okay, hold on. I
Yeah.
can adjust things.
That's fine.
I can. Can we fix it?
Nope.
Yeah,
Somebody-
Matt said he just lost his internet.
Oh,
Anybody else,
noes. Well, this is actually a pretty good time for us to. Hey, burp, 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 burp.
Good break time anyway.
It is a good
Heck.
break time anyway. He's
Specific
back.
phobia.
He lives.
Yeah, oh, there I am. Hi.
Hello, welcome back.
We're
We
we're
missed
going
you.
to. This is actually a pretty good time for our brief break, anyways. So, these fun revelations. These fun revelations.
Disconnected from his Wi-Fi network.
Fantastic. So we're going to go on a brief break, do bathroom stuff, and then we'll go over all this again. That'll be fun. So 5-10 minute
do.
break.
Hi.
All right,
All right.
we'll be
Alright,
back.
let's go.
Bye.
Bye.
back.
Okay.
Let's see if it's actually played this time.
I broke it. I'm sorry.
Good enough. Sort of. Not really. Glitchy as fuck. Nice. Hi, we're back. Thank you. That's appropriate. Just dealing
That's
with
a-
cats.
It's a big
That's
kitty.
It's a big kitty.
Oh.
I'm glad you noticed.
It's a large kitty. All right. Where were we? Oh, yes.
Avoiding the acid.
We were avoiding an acid pit, and you guys had just heard said homicidal AI speak, and I will play it again.
I think every good test worth my time requires an obligatory acid pit. This whole exercise would feel hollow otherwise. I hope at least one of you has specific phobias for the next test. No reason.
Gonna
No
be,
reason my
Uh-huh.
dying
it's gonna be spiders.
Don't stick your face in my cup.
Wonderful.
Banished. Okay.
Well, if it has to do with acid, I feel a little more prepared today than usual.
She wouldn't make it that obvious.
I bet it's a gelatinous cube filled with spiders. And all the spiders have tiny little knives.
Do you have a problem with spiders?
I'm gonna, because you left it on, I'm going to keep that in character. Builder has just cracked up.
Builder definitely really did laugh at that. That is canonical.
Good. Good.
Oh, see, here's the thing. I'm just hoping it isn't snakes. Because snakes are slippery and a big pain in the ass to kill.
No,
I think that's a common misconception. I don't believe snakes are slippery.
no, they're definitely not. And the way to
Just
take
far
care of
slipperier.
the way to take care of snakes is to make them cold.
That's true. Very good point.
Okay.
Anyway, we get around the acid.
Uh-huh.
And we
Does
head-
does that go for all lizards type things, or is it just snakes? He
Most
looks
are
right at
about- are
Tatsumasa.
called-
Mild racism.
Three little cracks from his knuckles. I guarantee you, I'm not slippery.
No, I meant the cold thing, not so much the slippery thing. You don't look
No.
slippery.
Not
Oh,
slippery.
okay.
That seems like
No.
not very useful. I mean,
Dragons
slippery
are
is sometimes
far
important.
more evolved.
Okay.
Do you
Thanks,
have a
good to
fire
know.
inside you that keeps you warm?
Maybe.
It looks like he has a lightning cloud inside of him that keeps him warm.
He definitely grins at him for the
And yet
for the
he's
playing
More
along.
evolved.
Definitely bonus points for playing along.
Tatsumasa.
Bonus experience points. So Tatsumasa is now level 2.
Yep.
Yep.
Cannon.
That's what did it. Only one of you the level. Self-depreciating jokes. Yep. That's how this is gonna go. I think I'm gonna start.
Builder's phobia would be rust.
Yep. I mean, oh shit!
I
Can
was
you
thinking
imagine
that.
what
I
would
was like,
happen if
oh
a
my
rust
god,
monster shows up?
if a rust monster just drops in front of us, I'm like, oh no.
We'd be dead for a lot of reasons if a rust monster just drops in front
It's
of us.
sci-fi. Rust monsters are way worse. Okay, here's this.
Base
Imagine,
monster.
Alton, you finally got that ship that you wanted. What would happen if a rust monster got on it?
That ship would be gone in a matter of seconds.
And you'd be dead instantly.
Probably.
No, I'd survive. I'd find a way to survive. But my ship.
No.
My
would be
God.
gone.
You wouldn't. You've
I'd-
already
How long
complained
can you
about
hold
not
your
going down
breath?
with your ship
I
once.
was gonna say, do you have a spacesuit with warp capabilities? I don't know about.
I'd kill the rust monster and take it with me.
Okay.
Oh man, I am just thinking of a fucking warp capable spacesuit now, and it's fucking hilarious.
I will make one.
It's powered by farts. That's it.
Methane runs on methane.
On that note,
On that note,
Enterprise, and they get it. It's like, sir, I am getting a transmission. It's just screaming, and then a single spacesuit just flies by the screen.
As you guys squeak by this acid pit and the unfortunate skull that resides within, the cave starts to widen out a bit.
Unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm. He probably needed that. Across the ground, the base of the cave, you do notice there's a little bit more plant life, as if you were getting back onto more of a main path. It notably is not more blood vines, but they are small, leafy things in the dirt, like it's an actual path again, finding your way back to some semblance of life. And as you find the traditional narrowing of the tunnel and then widening again that marks the entry into yet another room, as you walk in, the speakers sound again.
Approximately 75% of test subjects have failed by the end of this room. Most are recovered by the rescue teams, but I want you to think about the ones that were not. Fear is delicious.
Reminds me of an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. But anyways.
What does fear taste like?
Delicious.
Tangy.
I feel like it
Tangy
tastes. I feel like
Very,
it tastes
very potent.
salty. It's very salty from all the tears that it induces.
Hmm.
And as you're having this conversation, the room widens out to, well, a room that seems to be covered in webbing
Oh no.
and things that seem to be bound up and hanging from said webbing. I'm not saying Tatsu predicted the future or anything, but
he totally predicted the future.
Please tell me we all have our torches out still.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because we can burn some of this.
Did we ever do that short rest we were going to do?
Builder
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Builder
Yes, we
did.
did.
But the fun part of that is to get your hit die back, you gotta take a long rest. Because you only have one of those.
Yes, but my breath weapon, I believe, is a short.
That's true.
Oh.
So yes, your breath weapon would have recovered.
Spider Rust Monster hybrids. I'm looking forward to it.
Yoink! Hello, criminal. What are you doing?
Cat stream!
Cat's
I'm
still
gonna look around and see.
His eyes are just like, oh, dear God, keep going.
I know this buttons.
Yasana's actually gonna look around and see if she can find the source of this webbing
Yeah.
on the walls or
That's
on the
gonna
ceiling.
be perception checks. So what you
He
see
won't.
is
Can I help her?
you can. So Builder moves up next to you, and you can make the perception check with advantage. The rest of you do see webs, and it looks like there are bound up, vaguely humanoid figures hanging from them.
Routine.
Tatsu, it's
What a pretty rock!
is Tatsu vaguely arachnophobic because it seems to be overcoming him right now?
Sure.
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 I mean, some of these things you don't just want to give me, man.
I'm just going by, like, I am honestly so arachnophobic in real life, it just bleeds into all my characters.
Fair.
That's fair.
Like, I hate you for putting this in here at all. Fuck you.
Hey, twinsies! But also, what do you guys have against spiders? Jesus, it's rude.
Steves are fine.
Oh, spiders. Spiders.
Uh-huh.
Steves are fine.
Says the dark elf who probably worships a certain god.
You haven't
Definitely
actually
worship a certain
solidified
god.
that.
She's a cleric. Obviously, she has one god.
Very, very certain, very specific god.
Goddess.
Many-legged
I'm
goddess.
glad that
No.
I didn't bring something up last stream. Then I had a huge wolf spider that was crawling down my
Oh,
wall
God!
While
Dog.
on stream, I just kind of grabbed him and set him down and didn't say a word to anybody. And I thought about being like, "Look what I got," but I'm
You
glad I
have
didn't.
killed everyone.
Oh my
Since
god.
you guys would have died.
Probably.
I love
yeah.
spiders.
So many legs, so
So,
hairy.
you are all back on a battle map.
Sorry.
You can see
Gotten
this
good with my Nerf gun because of spiders.
Yeah. Look off of the perception checks. Everybody looks around. There's definitely one or two figures in those little wrapped up sacks Yasana and Alton pick up that are moving.
Tatsu takes out his knife and starts to try to cut one of them out.
No.
Which one are you moving up? If so,
Like moving how? Like moving like
People to
a
save.
like
a wiggling
you are,
person?
like you are
or-
right here right now. We're on a map.
Yeah, I'm wiggling like a person wiggling in a.
Spiders lay eggs. Lots and lots of eggs.
The minute he says that, Tatsu stops.
Dude.
Like, sorry, friend, and just puts his knife away. It's like, nope.
Fire to be more effective.
Yeah, so we all have torches still, right?
You do.
Indeed.
Do I have any of that pit fiend whiskey still in my gut?
I'm gonna say it's been a bit, so nah, nah. That has been distilled, and you have been, let's just say, the Android
In the hole,
equivalent
right
of
through your
sweating
nipple.
that out through
Nipple.
your various rages you've used so far.
That's fair.
So, Alton will slowly move up
Okay.
towards one of these moving sacks and just try and set it ablaze.
Oh
You set
God!
it on fire.
I've been wrapped up by a spider. It's laid its eggs in me. How could this possibly get any worse?
Oh, it's getting really hot here.
I would recommend we consider the possibility of trying to circumvent this room entirely without touching the webs.
He did say that 75% of people who come through here don't make it. You
I'm
think it's
gonna
because
back
they
up.
bothered the spiders?
Kill it! Kill it with fire!
Okay, you're right, Builder. Let's try and. Can I?
I have experience with many-legged things, and I would highly recommend not disturbing them if at all possible.
That means two things.
Not the time. read the room.
From the sack, you just hear, "Read the room, guard."
From the sack you hear,
God damn it.
Love it.
It's just a teeny tiny
Damn it.
spider on its head with a pumpkin.
Oh, dude.
Let's not humanize the spiders for Missouri. Okay?
How sneaky are you all really?
I don't know. How
Can
sneaky
can
are you?
can I make a stealth check to try and move through this room like without bothering the webs? Without disturbing the webs at all?
So, the area
Yeah.
starting around all of this cloudy bit, including the area that you're in, getting thicker through these areas, do all contain web. It's not particularly easy to move around without touching them. So, if you're actively trying to move through them, that's less of stealth, unless you're trying to be very quiet about doing it as well. And that's more of, I would say, acrobatics.
Ooh.
Oh, either way. I guess I would have to make the acrobatics and stealth check because I want to move through as.
All right, fire me 2 checks then. See what happens.
All right, and stealth.
They're the same number.
Oof.
It's the same number.
Before anything else happens, I'm
Well.
gonna look at Haran.
Well,
Damn it, Alton!
he's rolled, so he's started to do it.
I-
Which direction do you plan on moving? Like further in?
I plan on
exasperated.
moving here first.
So like to here.
Yeah.
You see a little bit further down there.
Okay. Then I try to move about here.
Okay. You get there. And you feel like you've done it pretty well. The rest of the like breath holding party is just kind of watching. And there's this kind of quiet that has fallen over the room now. And you suddenly realize that, well, we've been really talking this whole time. And now it's really quiet. For
Fee
now,
is standing. Oh,
for now, nothing is happening. That's all. Wait, Fee, please continue.
Fee is standing beside Haran and quite aware of the sudden mood shift and quiet.
Uh-huh.
She will lean very far down. Say, do you have any traps?
Traps as he pulls the rifle off of his shoulder.
It's spider webs. It's
what
a
do you mean?
giant trap.
What do you mean by traps?
When Alton inevitably disturbs the spiders, after he's dead, they're definitely coming for us. So if we could lay down a barrier of anything that may slow them down or funnel them into a smaller area, we may have an advantage.
That would be indeed an advantageous situation. The problem ends up being that I did not come prepared for all of this.
You forget that we just need to be faster than Alton.
I feel like I
I
feel like the entire
Sacrifice!
the entire bit of this party is just like
Why
all the
have we
party
settled
members.
on Alton being the
Alton the
sacrifice?
It's like builders like just holding a big fishing pole and Alton's just handing on the end of it.
Because he's snack
Because he went
size.
first.
Snack size.
Fun size, pocket size, snack size.
This conversation is happening. It's real quiet in the room, Alton, and
He
to your
went
surprise,
first.
you can hear all of this. You know what's happening. Everyone's dead silent except for this.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
nothing
the
else
alcohol
is
made him
happening.
chewy. Maybe it'll give us more time.
I think
Alton's
Tess
just-
said we can't leave him behind, but he's already so far ahead.
I can't leave him behind, but I wish you wouldn't go in front.
Alton just ignores the entire conversation that just happened,
But yeah,
and
none of it's good advice.
and
You got this, buddy.
using his
Everyone's just back there.
using his knowledge of thieves' cant, hoping someone can interpret hand signals at this point. He
Like
tries
He
to.
holds this one up.
I mean, he thought about it. He considered it, but then he just does that like almost military-esque, like slow forward kind of motion.
Oh,
Ironically, specifically, Builder and Tatsu, you do know what he's saying.
That doesn't mean we agree to do it.
The feed is not.
You know, Fee's background says she could, maybe, possibly.
No.
Iran's background says nothing of the sort.
Yep. No.
And
Okay, so what's happening?
My
Everybody.
background is bigger than a little bit of thieves' cant anyway.
God,
God damn it.
that is canon. We both say that at the same time.
Builder is just going to.
Okay, day.
why Arcana?
I meant to hit acrobatics. So add 3
Reading
to
is
that
hard.
instead of whatever that is.
That's okay.
I'm not doing another roll.
Yeah, you are.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, you are, because
Yeah,
it'll add your
you-
bonuses.
You were gonna.
Bum bum bum.
Go for it.
Acrobatics.
I can't
So
just
Ron-
take that 16.
Nope.
Oh,
But
you're
Ron
you're
leads
mean.
up to Fee and goes, "Now might be the time for the bomb."
No.
I have an idea.
I don't disagree, Elton. That's not your name. I don't disagree, Ron.
Hey,
So it's
same
the
roll.
same thing anyway.
It's the same thing anyway.
Words.
Say.
So
There
you
you
just
go.
took away my bonus.
Say. I didn't do nothing.
You're a cruel
So
and angry god.
you start moving forward. You can go ahead and move forward a little bit. As far as you wish to. All the way on the other end. Vroom.
Just get it over with. Get it over with. Get it over with.
Sonic.
You just,
Sonic
are you, okay, so
I do 6
So-
flips past Alton and land here.
Funnily
Like,
enough,
if
that
you-
was what Builder was just about to do.
do it. Make your roll. Make your roll. Do it.
Oh my god!
Jesus fucking Christ.
Everyone just says, fuck it, and just fucking sprints away.
You just kind of football.
That's what we're doing.
dodge Alton
Alright,
to the
make your
side.
move. Make your move.
Oh my god.
And that's
And
happening.
then as Builder begins to run, he's gonna look back at everybody else and say,
She never said we had to beat everything in the room. Just survive it. Get to the other side as fast as you can.
Okay.
Short legs.
Okay.
Around this point, since everyone wants to act at the same time, that means it's time to crank this puppy out.
Fuck.
Oh no.
So, people are wanting to do things, so I'm going to add turns and we're going to play with some initiative here.
Just want to get to level 2.
So did everyone else who came to this room.
Level 2's on the other side. Run.
Actually, I have to move you a little bit to add you because you're close to the top of the map. And then I'll move
Sorry.
you back. There you go. Alright. Y'all roll initiative. Some of them should add. If they don't, you can type it in yourself.
Oh shit.
And
Initiatives, initiatives, initiatives.
Oh no.
Lavender makes tequila more tequila-y.
good thing we ran first. Tatsu.
Yeah.
I
Well, it
take no
makes
responsibility for any of my actions.
That you guys would go last because you're furthest away from the weak party members where the spiders must attack.
Potentially.
Alton just
My hope was they'll target us because we're further ahead.
And you disturbed all the little webs. in
That was
here.
the plan.
The
All right.
web.
Enjoy.
So this is how
Oh
this
my
is
God.
going. Just to be clear, this is how this party's tactics worked out. Alton, the scout, moves forward and tells people to go slow. It's all very tactical. And then two huge monstrosities run straight past him. And he's going, what? And then a bunch of shit happens at once. A bunch of shit happens at once. So that's going to be... I need to look at my notes about your stats on characters here.
Ron
So-
just goes.
I love fucking
That's fair.
things up.
That's fair.
I said slowly.
You said nothing.
You said
So,
Those two knew what I meant and they ignored it.
You said
They
nothing.
clearly didn't.
they're all screaming at each other.
this game so
Builder,
much.
does that hit you?
That just hits me.
Alright. Well,
Woo.
I hate the name of that.
so something is happening here. For the moment, a web comes out of up in the mess of things. And at the start of combat, Builder is hit with a web fired from above and technically, is restrained. And then everyone who, for some reason, in a room that they suspect a giant spider might be in, didn't look up.
Excuse
The
you.
couple
Yeah.
of dogs
Yeah,
She did.
I did.
Sprint.
Didn't look down that far. I should say farther into the cave.
I knew we were being watched. Damn it.
About
Round about here appears a small, nondescript, not very to be concerned with Steve.
Oh Jesus!
What?
Small.
Oh, how did I fucking miss that? How did Yasana miss that?
It has a very good stealth score. There's also a hole in the ceiling.
It's spiders do have good stealth,
Oh,
which is why I ran.
It was also hiding in a different location. But now I have to do this for it too, because we're gonna get into it. Oh, it rolled real bad. Cool.
Fantastic.
I mean, not as bad as half our team.
Not as bad as half the team. And your tank is currently stuck
Grappled.
across the room.
I'm fine. This is fine.
Alden,
This is not fun.
they run past and you're like, I said slut. Boom. It's behind you. It's also your turn.
Alright, Alton slowly turns around.
Quickly.
Just as I hear a thud behind me as I'm saying, I said slut! I stop. I turn around. What the what is this?
It is, in all senses, a very big, is essentially an oversized tarantula. Those two hooked fangs on the front are very pronounced, and it's got a whole bunch of mouthy bits that are licking and excited to be here.
Alright, so, ooh, I pull out my, let's see, my sword. I pull out my short sword,
Aye.
and I'm going to try and hit this thing.
Okay.
No.
Take a swing.
I believe they're called pedipalps.
That definitely hits.
Chelicera.
Alright. Oh, whoops. Sneak attack. Ignore the sneak
No
attack.
sneak attack, so it is the 8. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I forgot
you
to-
spin around and do 8 damage to this thing.
I just slash it. I'm like, alright.
It looked like it was going to lunge at you and like try and get some kind of initiative on the littlest and most tastiest of morsels, but your attack has kind of put it on its back foot. I'm going to say narratively explaining its shit initiative roll. So okay, there's your action. Are you moving? Are you doing anything else? Be aware that if you move outside of its range, it could, if it has reactions, make an opportunity attack against you.
So if I were to move, say, here, that would still be in its range?
Yes.
So I can effectively move here, too, and that's
Yep.
still
You can
its
move
range.
in a circle all the way around it without it being able to attack you. You can circle things
Alright.
just fine. Yep.
I will circle it to about, there. I will circle it after I slash it
Okay. That's
and
You're
say,
gonna stand in front of me.
15, 20, 25. Yep. That is a good chunk of your movement. But
was this rough terrain?
no.
Oh.
Nope, you're good. It would be
Alright.
if you were trying to be stealthy through it. You can blow through cobwebs pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will move in front of her because, well,
You're
I'd rather
defending
like
your
the-
friend.
Yeah.
All right.
So I that's my turn.
Okay. Yasana hit a big fucking spider that crawled out of a hole in the ceiling.
Gross. Gross, 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 gross.
You know, I think that's accurate, Chet. I think that does kind of look like a spider rust monster hybrid.
Stop helping him, chat.
But you went. I'm not gonna go easy on them.
Oh, I know exactly who that is. God.
Listen, you have a little tiny black cat. She is not suggesting you go easy on us.
She might.
Kill,
Alright.
kill.
So I'm gonna move up here next to the our
There.
cleric here,
I crave violence.
and I'm actually gonna cast Hex on the spider.
Hex. Okay,
Ah,
that's fine. All right. I'm gonna click Show Spell Description
yep.
because I gotta figure out what exactly that does. You curse them until it's spent. You deal an extra D6 necrotic damage to target whenever you hit it.
Ability I want them to have disadvantage on.
Uh-huh.
Let's go strength check.
Strength checks. Okay. Is there a save or does it just happen? Doesn't look like there's a save.
I think Hex just happens.
All right.
No, but it's a concentration spell, so.
So you have that up. So let me find an appropriate icon for he's got bad news bears on strength checks.
You know, in
You
case
know
it
what?
tries to drag one of us away.
He's oh hey, I actually do have things for that.
Little voodoo doll.
Boop. He's got a strength hex on him. With a little what do we got here? A little creepy thing there. There we go. Cool. Yay, cool icons.
Very cool icons.
Okay, so that's just your bonus action. Warlock stepping up.
Hey.
And then. Cantrips aren't considered bonus actions, are they?
Nope. It depends. They'll
Depends on the cantrip.
they can be
Toll the
each.
Dead?
It's not an action. I have
If-
it up, which is why I know.
Invocation.
If it's an action, then you can do it.
'Cause it doesn't say that it's.
It'll say casting time,
Yeah, one action.
and you can do
Okay,
it.
so Toll the Dead,
Yep. Okay.
and then since I have Hex on it, I can. Well, it's taking damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is less than
So
normal.
that is a. What do I roll?
Should.
Thank you for that.
You're great at your job,
Oh
sir.
my god,
You're great at
I
your
love
job,
sir.
you.
So I need to roll 1d12 since it did take damage.
Okay, so go ahead and give me the Toll the Dead in the chat here. Okay. So, find a target. Needs a Wisdom saving throw. Let's do a Wisdom saving throw here for you.
How smart are spiders?
Let's find out.
Oh no!
Just beat it.
They're not very wise, but
But is that half damage then? Or.
No, I think it might
Okay.
actually just do nothing because it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
If it passes it, it does not. But does your hex do it? One extra d6. Oh, you would deal an extra d6
Yes.
whenever you attack it. Okay.
So roll a d6?
No, because
Or if
you
that
didn't
is that
actually
if
hit
I.
it.
Okay, never mind.
So yeah, basically whenever you hit it, you will do extra damage to it.
Okay. And that's my turn.
And it also has disadvantage on any kind of strength stuff, so that is immediately debuffed.
Mm-hmm. For up to an hour.
That I do not expect this spider to live another hour if things keep going this way. Haran, you are up, and I will also note, because Alton is a small-sized creature, we have done this before where if he chooses to allow medium-sized creatures to fire over his head, they do not impede line of sight.
Fantastic. I'm going to shoot over him. I don't care.
Go for it.
Fire away.
Does he have to squat or tiptoe so that his shoulder's high enough to be
No,
like
I'm just putting it
a
on
rat?
his head.
Bonk!
Alton just looks up.
You are now a T stand.
Oh boy.
Let's see if it helped. It didn't help.
Nope.
I'm just.
A blaster
Fired
shot
away.
goes off. And man, it's really hard to miss something this big at this range. So your blaster shot basically strikes the chitinous back of the thing and like glances off in its weird electric thing. So technically that counts as a miss and you didn't do any damage, but flavor-wise, it's hard to fucking miss a giant spider at almost point-blank range.
Uh-huh.
So that's an action. You can move and do bonus actions if you so desire.
I'm gonna pull out that acid vial.
Alright.
Can I throw it at it?
As a bonus
Or-
action.
All right.
I don't know if you would. You know what? In this case, tensions are really fucking high, and you just have that one thing. You just got it. I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow you to throw that acid vial as
Fantastic.
a bonus action.
Improvised.
Yeah.
All right. What am I rolling for it?
So
Probably just a dex check.
yeah. So just click on dexterity. You won't get a proficiency bonus.
Nope.
The dice were really mean.
Not like. Yeah,
You
they,
just
they do not like me right.
Haran just goes, fuck! And throws it, and it just kind of right over it. You
Doesn't
don't
even
hear
break,
shatter.
right?
You don't hear shattering.
Probably
So you're not
stuck to the webbing
sure.
right here.
There's a big spider in the way, so you're not sure yet. When things calm down, maybe you can recover it.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
Mm,
But in that case, I mean, hey, Fee, you up?
Important question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a spell scroll. Is that a full or bonus action to use?
Using a scroll is a action to use, I believe.
Okay, fine. Fine.
It is the same as the spell itself. I think.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me triple check for you.
Yes, please. I'd love it to be a bonus action.
Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Casting a spell by reading the scroll requires a spell's normal casting time. So what is the spell that you are using, and what is an action? So then you have to use
An action, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if he takes a step backwards, actually, as this starts to happen, and sort of shelters against the wall here in hopes that it will protect her,
Okay.
and she calls out across the cavern, "May your wisdom guide us in this moment of trial," and she casts Bless. You're muted. Don't make noise. Fuck off.
Damn phones.
She casts Bless through the scroll she found last time.
Up to
because he kinda
3
gave it to her.
creatures. Who is getting blessed?
These 3 people right here in front of me, blocking me from the spider, are getting blessed.
Fantastic.
Good luck.
What do I have for blessings?
oh, that'll be fucking useful for me because
Yeah.
my
Mhm.
dice rolls suck.
Yeah. So for
Yeah,
a
well-
moment, if I can flavor text this up a little bit.
Absolutely, go
So,
for it.
It's may your wisdom guide us in this trial, and light actually kind of shines down, sort of not dissimilar to her fairy kind of like lights, but just shines above them, and sinks and then disappears.
Ooh,
Fancy.
it is very fancy. Oh, there we go. Bless.
So you all see, so there's like this light that envelops you guys for a moment, and you're definitely aware something has just happened.
Bless.
Ingly.
A little blessing hand on there. Cool. All right. So that is a
so-
move. That is your action.
Just for bookkeeping, I'm going to remove the spell scroll from my thing and
Yes. As actually,
not take the point.
yeah.
Question.
As you use the scroll, you read it, and as you finish your spell and it goes off exactly as you intended it to, the words actually disappear as you read them.
Oh, I still have the paper?
You do still have the paper, but there is nothing on it. It is basically a blank piece of paper.
Parchment.
Yep.
So
Don't worry, I
DM,
don't have any plans.
Yes.
So for that spell, duration concentration up to 1 minute, so 10 rounds. So for 10 rounds, we have an additional D4 to whatever rolls, attack rolls, or saving throws that
Yes.
us three have. Awesome. Okay.
Yes. A minute is a long time in combat.
Yep.
Mm,
So you've moved. You've done an action. Is that conclude
Done.
your turn?
Indeed.
Okay. Well. Big spider time.
For those of you concentrating, don't
That
forget.
that sounds
not
like a
to get
shirt.
hit.
Spider
Actually,
moves
on that note, I have a question. So
Hit
this
me.
was
No.
a spell scroll
on it. Mm-hmm.
for a concentration spell. Does it just take effect for its full minutes because it was a scroll? Or...
I would say it functions exactly as the spell, so you are technically concentrating on this.
Cool. That's fine. Just checking.
The spider moves up and gets all comfy with you all.
No thanks. Hope y'all are happy over there.
So it has
We're
disadvantage
good.
on. Is that specific? How does this? I'm going to make sure I'm doing this correctly. It has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. Oh, Matt, do attacks count as ability checks? I'm
I
not
don't think
sure.
so.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't
iffy.
think so.
Okay, just checking. Because our good friend Alton is going to be the recipient of an attack.
All right.
You know, I feel like they brought this on themselves. Just saying.
Does 11 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. Well, it moves and it makes a bite. And
She's so short, it just goes right over.
it
your
tries,
very
and
big
that's
spider.
and it starts. It leans in, takes a snap at you, and then sees that it's going sideways and doesn't really like how this is going. So, as it's only used a bit of its movement, the rest of its movement goes here, and it starts going upwards,
Do I get an opportunity attack?
giving Alton specifically, or possibly Haran or Yasana, if you guys have melee attacks to try and swing at it, you can make opportunity attacks, as it's going upwards.
Yeah,
Um,
mine's
But it has to be a melee attack.
okay.
I don't. I pulled out my gun, so
All right.
Try and
Oh
hit it
wait,
with
what am
my
I doing
stick,
this
guess.
for? So, why would I give you that hex thing when there's literally a little Blair Witch symbol that I can put on there? There you
Cute.
go. That's cool.
very cute.
It's going up.
I'm gonna try and hit it with my short sword.
All right,
For the
go take a swing.
Is it just a normal attack roll?
Yep, normal attack roll.
Always.
Well, geez, that hits. Go for it. Roll you on damage.
Let me double check. Okay, cool. I was just making sure I unchecked.
Yep. 6 damage. Oof. There's a hit.
Man, what is with hobbits killing spiders with short swords?
I mean,
I'm
I mean,
a halfling, but you know they're distant cousins.
Haran, have you a melee weapon and/or wish to give an attack?
I have a melee weapon, but I did not pull it out, so I cannot.
Okay. Yasana, you have a melee weapon handy, or you just want to
I have my quarterstaff.
take a swipe if you wish? You do not have to, but you never know.
I'm gonna fucking trade anyways.
Uh,
Probably not.
it
No.
is quick and
Roll a
it
d4.
right. Add a
Right.
D4 on there.
Alton didn't need it, but
No, if it's gonna roll it for a 9, I'm not gonna risk it.
I mean, it just gets.
It's constant.
It's because of the bless.
Yeah, it
It's
just
con-
keeps-
oh, that's
yeah.
right.
yeah, from
You just
bless,
have it.
Yeah,
So that you won't
yeah, you
lose
just get
anything
additional
from it.
d4. Alton just
So
didn't
that
need it.
is a 1. So that brings it
10.
up to a 10.
No.
No, not this time. But hey, more bonuses are good. So this thing crawls up, I want to say, 10 feet up the wall. and is pretty snarly.
Hate that. Hate that.
Yep.
Shit.
And that's its bit. So it is technically kind of like up here a little bit. A little bit going up and being creepy.
How far is it from me, for future reference?
So it is technically within 5 feet on the ground, but going up, it is 10 feet up. It is 10 feet on the vertical.
So
So
10
with
feet
their-
from 10 feet from me.
10 feet up the wall.
Okay, so I'd have to move closer. Okay.
Would that be 15 feet away if I move there from me?
Yep, it would be.
Okay, fantastic.
Tatsu, you're across the room and it's your turn. Your buddy is webbed.
Like how webbed?
Pretty webbed.
Pretty webbed?
Like, a big glob of it hit him, and I want to say from like about mid of chest to the ground, it's like Spider-Man mess.
I'm fine. Go save them.
Fucking. So as he gives a quick nod and sprints forward.
So you can move 30 feet regularly, so that'll get you here.
Dun, dun. Perfect. And as he's running across the room, he's going shit, 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 shit. Pulls out his blaster, and as he gets to 30 feet, he takes a shot at the spider.
Okay.
Kabammy.
Kabammy! Give it a shot.
Kabammy. Alrighty. Where are you? Where are you?
So be in the middle with the rest of the attacky bits. Does a 12.
Yeah.
A little bit shaken, and it's a little bit faster than you expected. It skitters up the wall, and then it kind of like turns as if it's going to look and maybe attack your friends. And then it does that fucking Spidey sense thing where right as you shoot, it moves right out of the way.
It's spiders.
The bug thing.
The bug thing.
The bug thing. So the attack misses. That's a move and an action. Is that it for your turn, sir? I believe
yeah,
if you choose to... No, wait. Is it... No, it's an action to sprint. For everybody who's not a rogue. I keep forgetting because I play rogues. Alright. Yeah.
You play rogues?
Usually don't. Trying new things. Builder! It's your turn, friend.
Is it a strength save or a strength check?
Let me read what it says exactly. Check. Oh no! Now, I will remind you if you choose to. If you
I know I could get advantage by raging, but I only have one left. I'm saving it.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm going to use my entire bonus action to scream at the spider. Come get me, you tasty piece of shit. I got a boot for you.
And I mean this
put right up your thorax.
and I mean this with the most approval I can as a DM. Does that conclude your turn?
Unless I can try and intimidate it to come and fight me. Yeah, that'll be it.
I mean, go ahead and give me a roll, I guess. It's okay, sure.
Intimidation,
We'll
Tom.
just figure out what happens. I don't know.
You're not quite sure, but the spider kind of looks over at you and kind of just pops an eyebrow if spiders had eyebrows. Just kind of give you that, like, really?
You think so?
The spider becomes briefly Dwayne Johnson. Alton, it is your turn, sir.
All right.
You are blessed.
I am blessed. All
You're
right.
welcome. I'm that kind of cleric.
A good person.
Good person.
I asked my goddess to help you. Also, look at this mood lighting happening right
That's
now.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Spooky.
So Alden moves this way a little bit, and he takes out his rifle. You just I could. How does swapping weapons work again?
It's technically a free action.
Okay. All right. So I switched to the Vanguard rifle to try and shoot this spider.
Give it a blast. See what happens. It's up the wall.
Blew me.
Damn. All right. Go ahead and give me a damage on that.
All right.
Oh, that hurt.
You get a good shot at this thing, and it looks like the exoskeleton like cracks on the shot, and it hisses. It's starting to look pretty messed up.
All right.
So it's a move and an action. You can still move around a little bit if you want.
Let's see. I get that. I get that. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and can I try and sneak out of its line of sight, like move a little bit further down, and just try to hide in the shadows almost.
You've moved only 5 feet, so you have another 25 more feet.
No, I only have 20 more feet.
Okay.
So I moved down to about here, so that's 15 feet.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have?
Who you dare?
I would say you can make. Later on, there will be something you will obtain that will let you hide as a bonus action.
Okay.
You're not quite there yet, but you're definitely moving out of what would be considered probably its firing range. So there's something there. You're kind of wide in the open. You would actually need cover or something obscuring view.
Would this count as cover?
It would.
Did Steve count as
I
cover?
still have
Or Steve.
10 more feet of move, so I'm going to move right here.
Okay,
And
cool.
Since I'm small, that counts as cover for me, right?
I would say yeah.
Well, that gives my naturally stealthy ability, so I can attempt to hide even when I'm obscure. Well, it's not a creature, but I guess so that doesn't apply. Never mind. But I'm gonna take cover behind this I guess it's egg sack.
Egg sack.
It is. Or it moves
Steve
a little
the
bit as you
egg
hide behind it.
Oh, that's concerning. But all right.
Actually, I will give you something. Go ahead and give me just a general perception check as I move the initiative towards Yasana, because she's up next. Give me a general perception check. Alright, that's not bad. You see that the thing moving in this egg sack, the sack moves in a way that is less, oh god, it's full of babies and it's this big amorphous thing moving around. And it's more like you can discern where legs or torso would be. Less of an egg sack and more, this is food strung up for later.
Oh.
It's a people.
It might be a people. And that concludes your turn. Yasana, you are up.
Where would I have to move in order to make this creature within 10 feet of me?
I would say
Right here?
1 square to the south. Yep.
That?
Yep.
Alright. I move a little closer to the spider. And I'm going to cast...
Oh
Arms of
shit.
Hadar.
Okay.
So, for anybody watching, Yasana pretty much curls one of her fists or hands into a fist and strikes upward, and from like her robes, these shadowy tentacles erupt from the ground and lash out at the spider above her.
I
So
can
the
see
spider-
that, yeah.
So the spider needs to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, he does.
Nice.
Which he has disadvantage on. It's almost like you planned this.
Mm.
Funny that.
So that would be in the area of roughly this area, right?
Yes.
Oh, you were
Nice.
prepared, and I hate that so much.
Disadvantage, strength saving throw. Let's see how this goes. So
Nice.
Aw,
Oh
damn.
no!
Whoa.
I thought it was a 1.
it was almost a 1, so that's his.
All
That
right.
is super not fair.
On it. It still
So-
takes half damage. And you do also have it hexed, so it's going to take half damage, and you'll roll an extra. Is it a
D6.
D6? Yeah. So
Yeah.
whatever that
Fuck it
damage
up.
is.
Nice.
So how much damage did Hadar do? So it's 7 cut in half plus
So
6.
3. So
Um,
9 total.
So here's the fun question: how do you want to do this?
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna yank that bitch down by the tentacles.
Good, because I was going to do the exact same thing.
The internet is pleased.
And the more the spider struggles, the more I'm ripping off each leg. Until it's nothing but a little husk
And
lying on the ground at my feet.
it tries really hard, and it does lose all of its legs in the attempt, and it keeps thrashing, and it keeps thrashing, and it keeps thrashing, and you guys see this scary creature that you were all not in a really good mood to see, really kind of arachnophobia going on, destroyed by something significantly scarier in a very horrific way.
Yay!
Scary is relative.
Alton just slowly stands up and just watches in awe. Not even fear, just awe. Whoa.
Technically, it would be actually a little more like this size.
Aw.
Yeah.
Ish. Even though they.
I hate the tentacles. I want you to know, because the spiders weren't gross enough and giving me enough, like, physical chills, you had to add these terrible tentacles to the spider, and I hate it.
Well,
Have you seen a parasite slowly eat its way out of a tarantula's body?
you're talking about cordyceps. Yes.
Yes.
Oh dear God.
Yes.
The same shit.
Yeah,
flew
kind
on
of similar
us.
to that effect.
Ah, I
where-
hate it
You're
here.
breaking Mazooie.
Good.
No, okay, sorry. So here's the thing. Yes, I've seen that, and I have a very distinct picture of that, and I hate it. Thanks for that. But also, every time somebody says parasite, I think of the botfly that I once had to extract
Ah.
from a cat, and I just...
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
Mm,
Okay.
I see him on like TikTok and I watch it and I can't look away.
yeah.
Or heartworms. That looked like heartworms. That spider had heartworms. I feel better now. It's fine. The spider just had heartworms.
It's fine.
It's cool.
Fantastic.
I do want to point out that so hey Builder, you didn't see that. You
But I
did
can see her. Oh, I can't see. No, I can't. Okay.
you did get a brief ping though.
Okay.
The same ping that you had before. Threat level low. Kind of the this exists but no action required kinda
Good to know.
thing. So the spider lays very, very dead.
Okay.
And eviscerated, and eventually I figure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Yasana, but when the spell ends, the tentacles just kind of fade away.
They just slowly seep back into the shadows of my robes.
Well, y'all
That
just
was-
saw that.
That was both terrifying and impressive.
Haran
That
is
was impressive.
going to go over to the.
God damn these webs.
Haran's going to go over into the bundle of food,
Okay.
and
There's-
is it moving?
It is moving a little bit.
He's going to try and free it.
Okay.
There's someone in there. There's someone in there. I can't
Okay.
tell who, but
So-
someone.
It doesn't actually even require a check.
Good.
eventually, I'm going to say at this point, Builder, you finally just managed to get yourself the fuck out because rolling successive checks forever, yeah, that would do it.
I have to
Just
complete
one
this.
more.
I just had to. And getting this bundle of stuff down doesn't actually result in you needing to do a check. It can just be done because you have the time. You can just pull down and do it. And you start cutting open the web bundle.
Mr. Frodo.
What you find inside, ironically, isn't technically like a person. The first thing you think is like, wait a minute, is this another like Warforged or something? Because it's like smooth and like almost like mannequin-like. And then you actually do pull off more, and you realize this is just some kind of little robotic mannequin, and literally written across the face of the smooth face of the mannequin is just the word loot.
I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah, is there anything on the mannequin then?
Investigation checks.
Alton, Jesus.
Nice.
Pirates like the loot. Yep, you got some stuff. So, two things. One, Haran, your acid flask is in fact still intact. So,
Oh.
you can retrieve it.
Okay.
On this body is, ironically, another vial of acid.
And it's
A-
also wearing the same goggles you do. Weird.
Another flask that has a red liquid on it that actually has a label on it that is just like a flame symbol.
Ooh, take flasks.
Oh.
And another one that is actually clearly labeled as antitoxin.
I hand that to
So,
Alton.
a vial of acid, a flask of something that is some kind of fire, and
I'll take-
antitoxin.
I'll take the fire and the acid, hand him the antitoxin because he needs the antitoxin. That's right.
We had
Well, you
standing
see-
between two such bundles, but one of them looks vaguely different than the other.
Mm-hmm. One of them is also slightly moving where the other is not.
Which one is moving?
That one.
Cool. I want to look at the one that's not moving.
Okay. You gonna pull it down and do the same thing?
I'm gonna look at it first.
It's-
I don't. Is it full of spiders?
Just looking at it, none of these seem to be moving in such a way where it's like a gelatinous, like formless, undulating, probably tons of baby spiders way. They all seem to be moving in a. There's a trapped person inside this. It looks
got
like the
you a
one they
gift.
pulled down was.
Sorry, it was spiders.
It looks like the one they pulled down was just some kind of like simulation. Essentially,
Okay.
as if you had rescued a real person, and then suddenly it comes back to you that
Sure.
inside this death trap somewhere, this is actually like a test by an organization to see how you do on adventures.
Sure. She'll start with this one here and
This
tear it
one?
open. Yeah.
All right, tear it down.
While she's doing that, I'll tear this one open. Let's get this done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So eventually, you guys start tearing in and just go through all of them.
Yeah.
They're all
Wait.
filled with various mannequins of different shapes and sizes. Some of them kind of look a little more like human-y. There's one that's kind of designed to look a little bit like a kobold or something like that. But you all go through them, and beyond the stuff that Heron and Alton picked up already, another one is definitely carrying a potion of healing. Very clear, one of the injector guns. You've seen them already. And another one, Fee picks up, is, you know this by sight. It's a little clear flask, and it has a sun symbol on it. And just from being in your clerical circles, you know This is a flask of holy water.
Oh,
Oh.
I was gonna say it was Paylor's testicles, but go on.
What's the difference?
How much mesh you get on you?
Oh, great.
And once again, as you guys are collecting your loot, speakers, wine.
Congratulations. You have completed 50% of the trial. I see that I am going to have to start taking the rest of this seriously. How unfortunate for you.
Mildly concerning that you're trying to kill us so
Matt.
intensely.
Ah.
I'll take
Is that all that
That is
wow,
all that
my
you
own
find.
character's name find is the holy water.
Yeah.
Okay. I found some holy water here if anybody is interested.
What's in this one, I wonder?
You've pulled them all down at that point. That is
Yes,
what
we're
you
done,
find.
yeah.
Oh,
What's in
Healing
the
potion.
spider ball?
Some of them do not
Ooh,
actually
ooh,
have
ooh,
any
ooh.
loot on them. Some of them have a few other things. You've pulled, beyond what you guys have already pulled out, was an extra healing potion and a flask of holy water.
Does anybody wish to carry this? I don't want to keep it. Should it not be fair?
nah, keep the holy water. You're
Yeah.
you're a good person. I trust you with it.
Fantastic.
And at that,
Rocks
go.
fall, people die.
No, Tarask!
it's a spider Tarask.
No.
Why don't you tempt me? This is sci-fi. I could have y'all fight a Tarask with a Gundam. I don't know.
Wait. Are we fighting the Tarask in a Gundam, or is the Tarask in a Gundam?
Yes.
Yes. Both.
Thank you.
Alright.
3 years from now, chat, remember this day.
I hate all of you.
The Gundam could be me, but bigger.
It could. Wow.
We could just upgrade you until you are a Gundam.
That's
I'm
pretty
just
good.
saying.
We just
Haran is
cast,
very good at his job.
we just cast enlarge on Builder, and he actually turns into a Gundam. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
Here's-
terrible. That's
I
not
knew the second that Tarask was mentioned. I know the exact person that that mentioned it in the chat. He's one of my buddies, and I just knew it had to be him. I looked at the
Kick
chat.
his ass
it
for
is.
us.
Hey,
Yeah,
Demon.
for real. He's been giving all sorts of bad ideas.
Keep giving me ideas.
No.
No, you asshole. Stop it.
So what y'all doing? We got probably a little bit more time before we can end at a dramatically appropriate moment.
My
Leave him. We're
apologies
going
for
through the
being
door.
ineffective in that fight.
That's all right. We managed.
We all get spider goo on us eventually.
To be fair, I had assumed that it'd be further up.
Yasana was quite effective.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Unfortunately, I didn't see it, but
you,
some of my
Lincoln.
sensors appear to be on the fritz. They don't normally respond to things with only 8 legs.
Only 8.
Only 8. Oh.
I don't want to lose the
Foreshadowing.
victory. Fee will examine the end of the hallway, the door, this spot where she's standing.
Looking through, you get strong implications that this is a pretty intense fight and dealing with the stealth and the looting. There's the idea that there would be traps here seems a little bit ludicrous, but you look around. Nothing of the sort. It looks like another passageway that'll lead to another room. There isn't really a door. It's just another passageway through.
Well lit.
It is still lit with some mushrooms.
Can I take some more of those mushrooms?
I'm not gonna stop you. I probably should,
And you say
but I'm
take.
not there.
I mean collect, not actually take.
Okay,
You want me to
just
give you
making
another,
sure.
nature
It's a
check?
very good point.
if we aren't, I didn't want to press when you were like 2 doses, but if we aren't limiting, Fee will collect a little bit more as well. She has plans.
If you're going to
Fuck.
lace our drinks with LSD,
Just a wonderful Saturday
Why
night.
do you assume that I'm going to give it to you all? What about you as humans and characters in this game makes you think that my character has any desire to get you?
You're a good
Hi.
person.
Well, for one, none of us are human. Come on.
well, let's see. I was thinking more along the lines of definitely save it for when we're trying to get information. We need someone just tripping. Just
Thank
tripping.
you. How do you sneak past the guards?
How would
You put mushrooms in the wine you offer them as a beautiful woman.
see that makes more sense than his idea. His idea seems like that would get bad information.
I agree. That's why I'm collecting my own mushrooms.
I never said I wasn't collecting.
They're like your mushrooms, but they're better. I collected them.
With
Because
hookers.
I
You
know
can,
how to
you
hookers
can
use
is
add
blackjack.
another dose to your inventory.
Because I'm a good person and I know how to use mushrooms and medication appropriately.
Do you want me to do a nature check?
No, and I also want to know how much time that you're spending actually doing this and whether or not Bless will wear off.
We're about to get hit again.
Oh, I would assume Bless would wear off just digging through the bodies and everything.
Yeah,
Fair
'cause
enough.
it's up for a minute,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, it's only a
Just
minute.
minute.
If it's acceptable. Okay, actually, if you all don't mind, I would spend a few minutes here collecting these mushrooms. They aren't medicinal per se, but they do have their uses.
Oh, they're
I can't heal you with them.
They're definitely eugenics.
Yeah, the thing is, they are sometimes used recreationally. They're fairly safe as far as drugs go, and
I
ride
don't
and
have
ground.
any experience, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh, we can fix that. They're very safe. Would you like me to get some extra?
I don't think it would affect me, but I appreciate the offer.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
collect like 3 more doses if I can.
There is maybe 2 in this room, so between you and Fee, you can only each get 1 more.
Oh, alright.
Now,
Fair
mind you, every time you're doing this, you're reducing the ambient light in the area.
I am unbothered by
Torches.
this information.
There's a reason we keep torches.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Just
well,
because
because
And that's
I
also
am
going to
a
make
bit
it
of
very
a-
difficult for the next people that take this test.
Bit of a chaotic evil person. Now they wouldn't be absorbing any of these toxins through their skin as they're picking them, would they?
You know, I might be keeping track of that. I might not be, but I'm not going to comment
Just-
one way or another.
Just
I'm not licking toads.
fair.
So you each get an extra dose.
Yep. Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Moving on.
an extra dose. Yes.
Hmm. The
the
hallway
wall
continues
into
on.
lake.
Low lit, same way.
Get me away from these spiders, you hooligan.
The webs do fade to nothing as you go. There is another hallway. It's really still just the cave, and there's twists and turns in this, so you can't really see from one room to the next directly. But there aren't any ways that you can make wrong turns. So you're definitely heading in the correct direction.
Imagining as we go down and clear out a room and leave, there's a small group of like just janitors come in, start putting more mushrooms on the wall and fixing it up for the next group.
Or not. And as you get close to what looks like to be where the tunnel opens again, once more, the speakers overhead make some noise.
I hope you are enjoying the insect themes here. This continues. I also hope you like surprises. Sensors indicate this room contains a variable I did not design for you. I wonder how this will go.
Eat my
That
ass,
doesn't
you
sound
psychotic
good.
AI.
Oh, not at all.
You're a bad voice in the wall, and you should feel bad.
Well, it's just a little angry.
I would like to look up.
You look up
That was
and
a
see,
journey.
ironically, much the same that you've seen so far. That same single pipe. This seems to be going along more or less. It's like up there too. If the more time you spend looking at it, it's like at least 30 to 40 feet above you, of these tall ceilings. Looking around, you see the pipe, you see the ceiling, as you passed it around it. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. You don't see any creeping insects. You don't see anything that even feels a little bit threatening on the roof.
I'm gonna move into about here.
Okay.
Oh, there's a thing
What
to
are
the
those
right.
things on the ground?
Those seem to be little stalagmites and such.
Okay, thank you.
Can I do an investigation check to try and find some more tracks?
You certainly can. Go ahead and make the roll. 17. It's pretty good. The tracks looked like they had been sprinting this way. And with that, you can even tell that they kind of had climbed up this little fissure here that is a little bit on the, like, it's got a little incline that you could probably climb up. Around the time that I'm just going to argue that you had moved up here to follow them, about here-ish,
Yep.
without moving you too far ahead of the group and getting, like, dangerous and moving you against your will. Around the time that you follow the tracks, you hear a noise that is not the familiar voice that you're used to. You hear, "Halt!" really loud. That in a voice that sounds vaguely familiar, from around an outcropping, pops a shape that you're pretty well accustomed to at this point. Beat up and scared and brandishing something that looks like a wand of some sort.
Great, we're gonna fucking fight Harry
Dobby!
A little goblin appears and says, "Y'all stay back! I am a powerful wizard!
Jim?
Potter. Oh no.
Stay back, you assholes!"
Jim, it's us!
It's not Jim.
Shoot Jim.
And you hear, "Who the fuck is Jim?" and and as it sails by, and like,
Oh.
"You motherfuckers, just chill the fuck out!" And right about there, with this goblin flailing his arms around, telling you that he is a powerful wizard, I believe that is going to be a fantastic place to pause for the evening.
I got like at least 12 hours left in me.
You do.
Snack-Rifice.
Motherfuckers did this to yourselves.
No, I didn't do anything. They did all the
They
work
did.
for the
They did.
sacrifice part.
They did.
Pet, pet, pet.
Oh my god.
Some of you are very excited to have a pet goblin. Some of you are very excited to kill any potentials.
I want a pet blueberry bush.
I mean,
That seems
If you-
more useful than a pet goblin.
if you get enough of those
Lucky I'm
mushrooms,
rolling shit.
if you get
I
enough
want
of
a
those
pet blueberry cobbler.
mushrooms together and you like cast awaken on it or something, you could have a little mushroom person.
I was
Never
also
know.
told to share something with all of you.
You mean
Oh.
like a spore warden?
Yeah. What is it that I'm supposed to be looking at?
I was supposed to share something with all of you at the end of this.
Fucking
that?
Mechatrask.
Mechatrask?
Yep.
For anyone who is not seeing this monstrosity here,
Fuck you very much.
they're giving me this shit.
Is that a chainsaw
No.
tail? I hate
Yeah.
it
That is
here.
chainsaw tail.
No.
That is a chainsaw tail.
No.
I'm
No.
gonna
Oh.
ban
This
Damon
needed to
from
be
the
changed.
channel.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
let's
pretty
do
good.
that.
No, leave him. He
No.
is
No.
good people. He is good
No.
people.
He-
Just
he's-
got
No.
a lot of
stays.
ideas.
He has.
It's my
he
game.
Has,
He stays.
he has proved time and time again that he is not good people.
10
This
seconds.
is literally just evidence that he is not. Okay.
Well, okay.
He
Why
is
didn't that work?
sadistic and
Aren't I a
cruel.
mod?
I don't know.